listeners of GhanaTalks Radio. It's yet another beautiful Tuesday morning, and you are welcome to the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show right here on GhanaTalks Radio. This is a news headline review. Here we bring you all the latest headlines and making waves in the news. From business to politics, from sports entertainment, we got you covered with the most relevant stories and informed perspectives on issues that matter to you every morning right here on the show. I am your host, Ruth Esenam Fiagbedu, and joining me in the studio this morning is my knowledgeable ladies sitting in the chair, gently and beautifully this morning, ready to digest into the issues. Good morning, ladies.
Good morning.
How are you doing?
The grace is sufficient.
Yeah, Tonto, how are you?
I'm fine, you.
I'm fine.
I'm trying to get a name for.
My name is Zebra.
Black and white.
How are you? How are you?
I'm good.
Hope all is well.
Yeah.
We bless God. Miss Debbie,
Yeah,
today.
the grace is sufficient as always.
Oh, we bless God. You know, I nearly called you this morning to buy me wachi. And this is today's breakfast. I wanted to eat wachi.
Capre.
Shishi.
And you say, Nanga Benedict.
Yeah, best time
wachi.
All right. We are here again this morning for the news headline review. Yeah. All right. So let's dive into the major news items for this morning. Ken Kuranchi sues governments over legality of oral. Editor-in-chief of the Daily Searchlight newspaper, Kenneth Kwabena Eje Kranchi, has filed a writ at the Supreme Court challenging the constitutionality of a government-backed anti-corruption initiative known as Operation Recover or Loot. In a writ filed on September 24, 2025, Mr. Eje invoked the original jurisdiction of the Supreme Court under Article 2, Clause 1b of the 1992 Constitution and Rule 45 of the Supreme Court Rules, CI 16, seeking several declarations and orders against the Attorney General, who is named as the defendant. Mr. Kwanchin argues that the establishment and operations of oral, including its investigations, decisions, reports, and prosecutions involving present and former government officials, are unconstitutional. He claims that oral lacks the legal mandate required under the Constitution to perform such functions. Among the reliefs he is seeking are: 1. A declaration that all reports, decisions, investigations, and conclusions made by oral are unconstitutional and therefore null and void. Secondly, a declaration that all prosecution arising from oral's activities are unconstitutional. 3. An order directing the Attorney General to halt all actions stemming from oral's operations under the Supreme Court rules on the case. 4. An order for a full audit of all public funds spent on oral's activities. Wow. 5. An order to surcharge individuals involved in oral for any government expenditures identified in the audit. The Attorney General is expected to respond within 14 days of being served with a writ per the Supreme Court's procedures. And that is coming from the editor-in-chief for Daily Searchlight newspaper. And that is what he's asking for. Ken Kranchi has taken the government to Supreme Court, urging that oral, which is a state-backed anti-corruption program, has no constitutional basis. He says oral's investigations, reports, and prosecutions are illegal because only institutions created by law, like IOCO, like STRAJ, like the Office of the Special Prosecutor, can handle such matters. And he's asking the Supreme Court to declare the oral's activities unconstitutional and invalid. Stop all prosecutions based on oral's work. Order the Attorney General to suspend oral related actions under the court rules. Audit all public money spent on oral and make those behind oral refund any wrongful spending. And they have given the Attorney General 14 days to respond to this writ. Miss Debbie, what's your reaction to this?
Well, I'm not clearly getting the basis of which he wants the oral to be automatically. He wants the oral to be dissolved. Because he feels like they are not going contrary to the Constitution as he stated in his statement. But making the oral fund what money? The money the money that have been projected by government into that kind of body to make, fine people allegedly involved in some criminal cases. It's funny because, so if he's saying that we should refund that money, okay, oral should come out, refund the money that they use in their findings or their research against someone. Then how are we going to hold this corporate that have embezzled state money responsible? I feel like his statement should rather be towards those people.
But before government launched the oral, what is their purpose?
Their purpose was to go after to go after people that have embezzled from the state.
Have we seen any results so far?
We've seen results. The result is not that positive, but we've seen results. And oral has clearly stated, even before oral was brought into manifestation, it was clearly stated that they don't have the power to hold you, like to arrest you and then jail you. What they do is that they do their findings, they provide the necessary evidence, and then they hand you over to the necessary institution or the necessary body to deal with you, and that has to do with the Attorney General and the Special Prosecutor. So we've seen cases of similar cases like Ken Oforiatta case. They worked on it. We've seen cases like the Dubois case that were actually brought forth by the oral, and then it was pushed further to the Office of the Attorney General and also to the Office of the Special Prosecutor. So the oral do not have the power to prosecute or arrest someone. What they do is that they follow up, they do their background research, investigative reporting. How will I even put this one? They do their background research, and then they bring out the quality information needed to back their claims that this person is culpable, and then they hand it over to the Special Prosecutor. Yes, personally, I'm trying to lose hope in the oral team as a whole.
Why?
Because when they started, when the government brought on board this oral team, everybody was happy, because we know that people have really embezzled from the state. Let's take the National Cathedral, for example. The site that the National Cathedral was claimed to be built as a cathedral for the country, and then other countries to also have access to it, was actually a site that Lawyers Bungalow was built on. And because of this National Cathedral, they collapsed all those buildings. And those buildings were state fund, and then they said they collapsed all those structures. And now over 58 or 51 million was pumped into National Cathedral. Go there right now and go and see. Now lawyers do not even have bungalow to stay in. You are supposed to afford your own accommodation, but first we have it, now we don't. And sometimes, so when you have cases, you are supposed to, the government is supposed to pay more by renting you or getting your accommodation, especially when it has to do with state-owned challenges. And after you've collapsed all those buildings, cathedral now, the money is nowhere to be found, and it is only whole. So are you trying to tell me, sitting here, or my grandma that does not really know anything about these things, can you explain to her that it is ghost or someone who came for the money, or automatically the money vanished like that? No, there is no work done, so definitely there is someone behind it. So when they brought out the Aura team, everybody was happy because we know people have looted from the state. And so we were very happy that they are going to go after them, grab them, and then bring them on board. And they did it. We saw them bringing a lot of people on board. But as it stands now, whether those people will be prosecuted, whether Assembly we don't even know the head and the tail of those issues. And then some time ago, I think, was it Edu Boahin and Attorney General case now backfire? Look at this. It's a me cannot just say seriously. So with what he's saying, in a normal sense, if we should go out right now and if we ask people about this Aura, 90% will tell you that they are disappointed in the Aura team.
Right.
They are disappointed in them because they feel like the way we were expecting them to like work, I don't know, but we are not feeling that vibe. But what they will do is what they've done, because they've told us that they cannot prosecute, they cannot arrest, but the body is to fish out those people that we think has loot from the state, and then give you the what's the name, the evidence. It's, you know, special prosecutor and attorney general and say what's he so mumu. Because they are not doing anything. Sincerely speaking, they are not doing anything.
But the Attorney General is part of the overall team.
He is part. Yes. He is part.
What
and
is
then
he doing?
The recently appointed CEO for Iyoko, Dr. Yadomelevo, he's part. And that man is very respected. And then when it comes to corruption, you know, say anything that you by force for God knows how many months. So with this kind of people in the oral team, we were expecting something heavy. And
you solid. Level is now
his part. He has been taken to Iyoko.
Okay, because I know Iyoko is supposed to be, is it Richard Archer or something? Yeah.
Oh, but I think some time ago I saw it on the news that they've appointed a new CEO or something for Iyoko.
That was Richard Archer.
He has been sent to Iyoko, maybe not the CEO, but something different.
Raymond. Yeah. Miss Regina, but looking at the Aura and Iyoko, do you see some sort of like similarities, or they are doing the same job? Because what Aura is doing here, in my opinion, I think Iyoko can even do more.
And special prosecutor can also do more. So it looks like one job for three bodies.
People.
Yes, for 3 people. And with what the one who brought the petition. In a way, I think he's right. Because you can't set up. Iyoko is observed.
Yeah.
Special prosecutor, office of the special prosecutor is observed
under the constitution.
Yes. But Abayin way by, and they brought the oral. And we know that before you set up something of that sort, it has to go through debate, it has to go through acceptance and all that before it comes out. So in a way, I understand his predicament, saying that it has no legal backing and all that. But when there's an issue in Ghana and they set up committees, it has no legal backing. But that committee brings up positive results at the end of the day. So sometimes we should understand the fact that humans make laws, and we are the same people who would break that law. The oral, when they initially came, they came for a good purpose. We were seeing what they were doing. But as Ms. Debbie said, we are no longer seeing anything. As it stands now, when you ask me, then oral we don't know. It looks like they are silent. So oral and Iyoko, what their duties is similar. The same thing.
The same job.
Edubuahim, they arrested him. Shatabali, they arrested him. It's the same thing. But I feel the only slight difference, the orals, their main aim or their target is to target these corrupt politicians. Omo dream omo de ba ya no. Say MPP and NDC, impenyuphobia omewia omani sika and as omaye, that is our target, to arrest them or to bring their deeds to light so that the right institutions will take up that case from there. let's say oral, they are just concerned Ghanaians. Let's put their political affiliations aside and say they are just concerned Ghanaians. I personally can also pick up an issue and investigate every politician. It has no legal backing, but I have the right to it. So in a way he's right, in a way I don't agree with him. And also to the oral team and to the special prosecutor also, but to the office of the special prosecutor and also oral, they should make sure that the reason they are brought up, the reason they are they've been brought, they should, how should I say, they should exercise that mandate. They should make sure that we are seeing results. When they first, it's like a 9-day wonder. When they first came, oh, we were hearing of them. Things I ain't say that no more deba. Sika abaya, yes, sika abaya. Say we were hearing it. Personal politicians who were looting state funds, we were hearing of them. But all of a sudden, it looks like they've gone mute. They have other better things doing than what they thought it was their first priority. So they should go back to the drawing board and check themselves well.
So if they are recovering all loot, all those that have stolen from the state, why didn't they, appoint any of the opposition party to join them to at least help them uncover those that they are in the same? Why?
No, it doesn't work like that.
Why?
No. It won't work.
Because for me, I'll feel as if they are being biased.
No.
It's like a witch hunting to the opposition party.
It's not a witch hunting. Every government that comes on board comes with something new, and then this is the new. There is a new normal for this government, and so they are targeting a particular people, as she said. And who are they targeting? Politicians. They are
also politicians.
They are also politicians, yes, but it doesn't mean that the oral team is not for only the MPP. People that have embezzled state fund, so we in this in also embezzle state fund. You better do a cheat.
But so far
it has to do with the MPP because
you're reading my mind.
So far it has to do with the MPP because after the MPP left power, they came, and when they were in power, 90% of the people that occupy big government institutions has to do with the MPP. So who do you expect them to go after?
But NDC was equally minority in parliament.
They were minority, but how many offices did you see the minority handling? That has to do with state institutions. That has to do with money.
I feel like we should be balanced.
No, they are not being biased. With that, I don't agree with you.
As long as everyone was there, including the minority and majority, like everyone should be investigated. It shouldn't be as if it's because you are in opposition, so you should go like boot for the opposition.
No, it's like you don't get it. No one is going boot for the opposition. If I was in opposition and then you were in power, and then I came into power and then you went into opposition, and then I brought out a team to investigate and see people who have corrupted from the state without adding you to the team, doesn't mean that I'm being biased. I'm not being biased. I'm just doing my work. I wasn't in opposition. How many opposition members have you seen holding sensitive state institutions in this country? That has to do with 90% of corruption. Can you mention of the minority
they might
holding
office? They might not hold a particular major position or something, but they are part of committees. Because when you go to the defense,
part of the committees, and have that committee embezzle state money. Have you heard something like that?
Okay.
Have you heard something like? No, I'm just asking. Have you heard anything of that sort? Committee? What is that? Committee? What is committee? Be or what or parliament? They've embezzled state money before? No, me haven't heard any before. The ones we've been hearing has to do with sensitive sector like the finance sector, like institutions that employ people, the labor and almost sectors. And people in those offices were party lawyers.
Okay. So my whole point is that as they are investigating the opposition too, they should investigate their own members as well. In case any issue should arise, they shouldn't bury them. That is all what I'm saying. So that it won't be as if we are witch hunting the opposition. Let's be fair here. That's the whole point I'm making here, right? All right. So moving on to our next news item. DVLA to introduce point management system to curb reckless driving. The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority has indicated that it will soon introduce a points management system to curb driver recklessness on the roads. Under the system, points will be deducted from driver's license for traffic offences, and once all points are exhausted, affected drivers will be required to return to driving school. The Chief Executive Officer of the DVLA, Julius Nikwe Kote, disclosed this during a familiarism visit by Deputy Transport Minister Dorcas Afo Tofe to the authority on Monday, September 29, 2025. And this is what he said: "We can all attest to the fact that we all complain about the bad nature of our road networks, but what about the human factor as well? To prevent that, we will implement the points management system, where if you happen to drive recklessly, we will deduct some points from your overall score. If your point finishes, then we take you back to driving school. We need to check our drivers on the street, and for that we have mechanized the compliance system to make it more efficient and effective. Now every regional office has 10 compliance officers," he said. And this is coming from the CEO of the DVLA, Mr. Julius Nikote, that now they are bringing up a point management system where they are going to give an overall score to all drivers. Once you flout the rules of traffic regulations, they are going to deduct a point from that point. And then once you exhaust all, you'll be taken back to driving school. And they are doing all of this to solve recklessness on our roads. Do you think this holds water? Like, no. Why are you laughing?
Oh God.
Miss Regina. but do you think this is actually something that is going to work to help curb recklessness on our roads?
It would.
Yeah.
It would. Because I think when you watch those Western movies, once you're on the road and you are speeding, who speed the police vehicle which then you'll be arrested. Either you'll be arrested, either you'll be fined, or your vehicle will be confiscated.
Right.
So I think it's a good one. It's a good one there. It's not something that can eradicate all the crashes, you can say disrespect on the roads and all that. It's not something that can take it out entirely, but it's a factor, and we need to appreciate that factor. When we look at driving offenses, it entails a lot. Yes. Sometimes you're in a vehicle with the driver, and certain things they do. One thing I know is, as a driver, say another driver signals you to stop, you need to stop. You don't know the reason why he or she is signaling you to stop. When you get to our traffic lights first off are not working. So sometimes people are on by the roadside waiting for these cars to stop, or the cars to minimize to cross. But a good Samaritan of a driver would see this and be like, "Oh, my colleagues, calm down, stop. Now, shum. First off, it's not right." And also, you'll be in a vehicle, traffic lights now so red. No one is passing by, no one is crossing. That is understandable, but that is not an excuse for you to flout the rules of the traffic light and just move. Right. Especially this has to go deal with your friends and the motor riders. These people really disrespect the traffic light a lot. So obibo okamu, you have to relax, talk to the person, or better still, find someone around who is a security personnel or a law enforcement agency and present the issue to these people. But they take matters into their own hands and cause more chaos. Accidents, hit and run. Omo the car be bobi, then they just go. Well, if you are talking about drivers, we should also talk about the road itself. First off, our roads are not really good like that.
They are not really good.
And it's a driver and they say, "I'm being too careful." That too careful is not a guarantee. Say on kunya accidents no oye den obinya. It all depends on our route, in as much as we have reckless drivers. And I wonder how we have reckless drivers, because I believe that when you pass through an institution and that institution is a strict institution, you need to come out redefined, restructured and all that, unless as so I think that we talking about driving, bringing up points management and all that. The point management in there, yeah. I say when you hit your limit, let's say 100 points, you have to go back to the drawing board. You have to go back to driving school again.
Right.
So our driving school no go back to the one or free ba.
Hey, so I'm
wondering
if that is enough punishment.
It is
for
not
these
enough
people.
punishment. See, our police officers are mujina kwani so omo ka ho because omo chinkofo we ya omo nya omo hwe. Oh, na ubo ho we yi ne card no excuse me, no this car shame, no the ama police officer we. Enti bone na all ye no yes so ne so. They are not curbing bone no. Enti at the end of the day, if I know so me you overtaking, cry police ni chimia me de metuiska. So when we are going for reporting and we are crossing, the road on this side, drivers from that side are not supposed to cross to the other road.
Yeah, to the other road.
But they do it. Which can cause accidents because can now all back straight no or no one who can so bit me a fast lane no.
Yeah.
But or no fast into what if say or bounce so banana boom, it crashes. And we've not seen any police officer there.
Yeah.
The only police officers we are seeing are the ones at school junction. But at that particular intersection, we are not seeing anyone there. They would wait, accident, see, can bo akole bi, penyin bi, akokre bi, and sana, they will bring police officers there. When our traffic light was not working, these people weren't really, you can't say, these people were not working. They were just there, accident upon accident before they brought these police officers. So they are talking about drivers. This is a collective responsibility. It is not only about the drivers. It's about both the so the law enforcement agencies. All these people need to come together with the government, with all the responsible institutions at hand to make sure they curb it. So you can make sure that the driver is responsible. But if the driver is responsible, are your roads also responsible? They are not responsible. So they also need to work on that.
Right. Miss Debbie.
When I saw that yesterday, I was laughing. Well, it's not a permanent solution to that, but but then one thing I would say is, as the world is evolving, we also need to evolve. Can we do something digitally that can actually monitor these drivers immediately they set off on the road, like installing a traffic camera where whatever you do on the street as a driver is being seen in the office?
I think we have.
We have it, but not on all streets. But not on all streets. If we have it and we are not doing the needful, then it means we have a question.
Sorry to interrupt. The traffic your friends said the camera only works when there's a theft.
Then they go, then they go back and then go and check.
Yeah, they don't.
It's
really,
very bad.
They don't really monitor it.
They don't monitor.
Let me put it that way. They don't monitor because I believe each traffic light should have a CCTV camera, an installation of a camera behind it, a digital one that is not seen. And that is if only we are ready, because they will what was the name? Install that, and then we the citizens will go and steal it again. You see, so we also have a problem. But then when we do something like that, we can actually go after these drivers and then bringing out harsher penalties. You know, sometimes when
back to driving school day,
back to driving school day, I can actually pay the school and tell them someone can even tell you I've grown past that, and even the person teaching me, they can be bold enough, even excuse me, their stupidity, telling you that they know more than, or they've known past their teacher, so they just give you some money and then they are gone.
They are gone.
And because we lack supervision and monitoring, and that is why we see all this. So when we bring harsher penalties, sometimes these drivers are being fined, but it's kind of like a crazy. When we bring them like tough ones, our lifetime savings won't mean be intentionally, because we know you won't get that money, and if you don't get it, you serve a jail term. Even if it is 6 months, you go and come. When you go in there and then you come back, no one will tell you to drive correctly. Then I think that the police on our streets are not doing enough.
They are not doing enough.
We should bring the military.
The military, right?
Oh yes, we should bring the military. The military is obey before complain.
But if you bring the military rather and we need security assistance, who will go? Security
assistance. That's why we have but military. This one also. What are they doing in the barracks there?
Shit.
No, the barracks no more sure.
But when you are deploying military people, we
deploy military on the street. It's not as if that the police are not doing their work well, but we are not seeing it.
So we deploy military at Galamsey site and military on our roads as well.
The military on our road, because they can enforce the law properly.
Police so what will the police also be doing?
The police are still there. This is the case. So we have the police there, then we have more militaries.
More militaries.
Yes.
Then what's the essence of the police?
So the essence of the police is that you're not doing your work.
Look at that.
You are there, but then we still have to bring the military on board.
Then there will be no essence of even having police on the roads.
It's not as if there won't be any essence of we having the police. We have them there. We have the police there. But at least in a spot where we have like 3 police, there should be 2 military there. In each post, there should be 2 military. The police are not doing their work. Instead of them bringing these people on book and then reporting them to high authority, they tend taking money. They take money. Sometimes even you, the passenger in a vehicle, can actually tell the driver in your sometimes they overspeed. And then when the policeman stop you to tell you, I pay 50 cedis is
right.
So I believe that we should do something. This point, the back to school for what? And
back to driving school.
No.
If you lose all your points, if you're exhausted.
No. It's not going
so you don't buy into it.
I don't buy into it at all.
All right. Okay, so moving on to our final news item. The National Pensions Regulatory Authority plans to introduce basic pension education in tertiary, secondary and vocational schools to improve financial literacy and prepare young people for retirement planning. This will not be an examinable subject, but a non-scoring course aimed at giving students practical knowledge about Ghana's 3-tier pension system, the responsibility of employers and employees under the Pension Act, and the importance of starting pension contributions early. For vocational and technical students who are likely to become self-employed, the modulo will also provide guidance on how informal sector workers can secure their future through pensions. The idea is to ensure that students do not leave school without a basic understanding of how pensions works, therefore equipping them with the tools to make informed financial decisions when they transition into the world of work. This initiative also aligns with the ongoing national curriculum review, which seeks to embed financial literacy skills at an early stage of education. And that was coming from the National Pensions Regulatory Authority. And I think this is actually going to help a lot of people, because me sitting here, I don't even know anything about pension pay and then how it even works. So as part of they said it aligns with the curriculum, the new curriculum activities that they are bringing on board. Miss Regina, do you buy into that?
Okay, so I would say paying pension fee. Okay, so I would say as humans, we all need to start up some savings. And when you are able to start up this thing, I think in a way it would help, because, excuse me to say, you don't know where the problems or the troubles will start coming from. You think you have you have your life secured out, you have everything planned out, then boom, something happens and you don't even have any savings anyway. I thought that some of the savings we have one or two emergencies, and you go back to that savings and dip your hands into it. So I think with this it would really help. And one thing about this thing also, we looking at the positive aspect of it, we should also focus on the negative aspect of this. We've had instances where you go through a whole lot of trouble, you go through a whole lot of hassle to get the money, your own money you suffered to keep down. You go through a whole lot of issues just for that money. At the end of the day, they'll be giving you problems upon problems. They'll be tossing you, oh, konebra. A bedroom baby saying, Yamin dog, Kawaka said, Sikano, so they should also make sure that they settle that issue also, because I've had instances and someone close to me who has gone through that before. Into more say, it's good to start saving something. If you're person now, you become your own boss, you have a money set aside. They should make sure that they themselves, they are reliable and credible as well.
Yeah, Miss Debbie.
Yeah,
they are bringing up pension courses in our school.
It's good. I remembered when I was in I think class 5 or class 4, there was this private institution that they came around in our school and they were teaching about this saving thing, and they brought a book with prayer money box. They gave every student, and then they were actually teaching us how to save little by little, and then teaching us into the future. As you grow, you also save. But it's like they are teaching you, they are also services here. Do it as you grow. Then when you get to that stage that you are supposed to save big, you don't find it so difficult, and in a way, not to spend everything that comes into your hand to the extent of you spending your capital. So they gave us some small book be with Praco money boss. I can vividly remember that. So I think like it's good. It's very good. At that stage, you let the kid know that a time will come, you're not going to stay with your parents again. You are going to leave house, and you're going to take up responsibility as an adult. You're going to do things on your own, and you're coming back to support home. And so you don't eat everything that drops into your hand. You're supposed to save something, like save something for the future. We are sitting here looking fresh and young in our either late or early 20s. A time will come, you'll be in your 80s, you'll be in your 60s, you'll be in your 50s, where you'll be so weak, you cannot work, you cannot do anything. But you need to survive. Can you tell me that those in their 60s, they don't eat, they don't wear clothes, they don't wear sandals, they don't braid their hair? They do. Where do they get that money from? At that age, you don't work again, but you need to survive. And then how can you survive? It's by that small payment that you've been doing at your youthful age. I'm laughing because sometimes you do all that, as she said, and I can tell you that we have a couple of people who've died because of frustration of them not getting their money back, and it's very painful. You've been working, let's say you've been working like from you got employed maybe at the age of 25 or 26, and then you've been working from that age to 80 years. Now could you come out 2,000? What do you call it then? 3,000? What do you call it then? So are you trying to tell me that from 26 years to 80 years, Sika baby bena moti nyina no 3,000? Say no can say me ankasa me savings can say yeah. And so we have a lot of, even with that 3,000, before you get your money, papa, you have to be going up and down, and the cobra, china cobra, and someone at that age, you are frustrating the life of the person, and like thinking a lot of thinking and stuff actually push these people into an early grave. So if you are trying to talk to these children as at this stage, to let them know that see, yes, a time will come, you are going to live on your own, live your own life. You're supposed to save for yourself and be a boss on your own. You're supposed to save, and then also you have to do the right thing. Because me, as I sit now, if I see those insurance people coming, but then I know I have to save, but machine because they are not to be trusted. They are, especially with the private governments, got their ways now private for no, and now because the next thing I chose there is nothing you can do. So they are also to uphold some sort of integrity so that they can gain the trust of these people. I just said the money box, so I'll be saving inside or I'll dig go.
The money box now 9 months island.
Asa?
Yeah. So that's a good call from the government to bring up such policy to help we the upcomers transition into self-employed, going to leave the house and take up responsibility. At least when you go old, you know that you have some money saved up somewhere. All right, thank you so much for joining us on the news headline review. Up next we have the Beach Girl.
Welcome to David's Grill, where we talk about issues that matter to the state, void of politics, fear or favor. The Public Accounts Committee (PAC) has raised serious concern about financial irregularities at the Tamale Teaching Hospital after the latest Auditor General's report revealed the payment of unearned salaries amounting to 1,449,000. Committee members expressed outrage when it was disclosed that the hospital had validated the salary of a deceased staff member for 26 months. Appearing before the committee in Accra on Monday, September 29th, the Hospital Director of Administration, Dr. Emmanuel Sena Kwesi-Donko, admitted that 303,558.68, representing about 21% of the total amount, had so far been recovered. Dr. Donko further disclosed that the hospital had submitted the list of implicated individuals to the Economic and Organized Crime Office (EOCO) for investigation and recovery. Despite these assurances, PAC members expressed dissatisfaction with the hospital's explanation. Ranking member Samuel Mills questioned the hospital's validation process, citing the case of a deceased employee whose salary continued to be paid after his death. The committee has since demanded greater accountability from the hospital, warning that lax validation systems enable financial leakages that undermines the public purse. And this is how corruption starts. You see, we've been talking about corruption. Sometimes it's not only about you directly going. When we talk about corruption, I think some people have this kind of perception that it's like you go straight to the bank, you pick the money that does not belong to you, and then divert it into your own personal account. But then we have diverse ways and means of looting from the state, and this is not something that needs to be something that is supposed to be new, because we've been seeing this over and over again. We've heard and seen instances where people that do not exist are being paid on a government payroll. We saw babies being paid on a government payroll. We've seen NSS personnel that are no longer in the system being paid money. And now the least institution that ever came into mind that could do such a thing has to do with our hospitals. And for 26 months, the Tamale Hospital has been paying a deceased staff that is no longer in the hospital. He's dead and gone. But for 26 months, they've been paying him. So, whose account is that money going into? Are they trying to say that they are not aware? Because I believe that if someone passed out of the hospital, since the government does not have 1,000 eyes all over his body and can actually see through into each government institution to know whatever is going on there, that is why we have representative of government in every institution that belongs to the state. And whatever is going on is being reported directly to the government. So when you come to the health ministry, we have the Ministry of Health, we have the health committee. Even in the hospital, we still have some committee members. We have some leaders that lead the staff. And then when a challenge or an issue popped up and then it's being discussed, the leaders of that staff of that hospital relay that information to their head, and then their head relays the information to the Ministry of Health, and then through the Ministry of Health the government gets to know it. That is what is going on. This hospital is lacking this, that hospital is lacking that, and then they solve it or they work towards that. And it is the same way in an institution. If someone passed away, that same procedure, they pass through it, and then the name of that person is supposed to be cancelled. You see, of late we have a lot of people, a lot of nurses demonstrating that they've not been paid. A lot of them have been demonstrating that they've not been paid their salaries. Let's put aside those who have not been employed, but we have nurses that have been employed and they are not being paid, and they are always complaining. In the same hospital where we have nurses that do not exist and they are being paid. How does this make sense? We have a nurse that is living. He or she is not dead. He or she comes to work every day to ensure that treatment or the right treatment is being given to patient, and that nurse is not being paid. And then we have another nurse who is dead and gone, and he's being paid for 26 months. Are they trying to tell me that the staffs do not know what is going on, or the leaders in that hospital do not actually know what is going on? Why are we being so wicked to ourselves? Why are we being so wicked to ourselves? If we are supposed to dive into other sectors again, like the teaching sectors and other sectors, recently we saw a lot of teacher trainees who have been employed not too long demonstrating on the street that they've not been paid, and they've poured out their grievances of how they are struggling to survive, how they are struggling to even eat 3 square meals a day. Some of them are parents. They have kids. They're supposed to pay for their fees, ensure that these children have a life, a comfortable life. How do you expect them to survive? But if you should go and then check into details, I can boldly tell you that we might even have thousands employees on the employment list that are being paid a month that do not even exist in the workforce. They don't exist, but they are being paid every month. And then we have people in that same sectors that are coming to work every day. They are being productive and they are not being paid. And sometimes we make this work so difficult for the government. And that is why I understand, and then I actually align with people who say that issue like this has to do with it's a collective responsibility. The government does its part by distributing the money. How come if the money is being distributed, and the ones who get the money do not exist? How is that possible? And you can't tell me that it is ghosts that does these things. They are human beings, of course. They are Ghanaians. They are blacks. They are Africans. Why are we being so wicked to ourselves? So imagine that the Public Accounts Committee did not get any hint. Kasemi Ebeka for 26 months paying a ghost. I don't know whether the ghost goes to withdraw the money and then spend it in the world of the spirit. For that I can't tell. But you see, we are outdated. And I won't stop saying this. The world is evolving. We are supposed to evolve. So are we trying to say that we don't have a digital system that can actually detect if someone is no longer with an institution, that can actually detect that this person is no longer here, we cannot be paying the person, and then focus needs to be shifted to the new employees that have been employed into that particular company, into that particular institution? Don't we have a digital system that can actually track and then see all these things? If we don't have it, then what is the use of preaching about digitalization and all these stuffs? Because we always preach about digitalization, but it looks as if we ourselves, we are not digitalized and we are not ready to do it because of our corrupt and selfish behavior. We are not ready to do it, and that is why we are having financial irregularities, and that is why we keep seeing people on streets, employees on street, demonstrating here and then. They are not being paid, but the government knows he's paying them, but they are also saying they are not being paid. And they'll end up telling you to file forms, to do this, to do that. And sometimes when you listen to these demonstrators, they'll tell you they've done all the necessary, they provide all the necessary requirements, they've meet everything, every standard, and they're still not being paid. How can we have ghost names on our list? How can we have them? How come we have people who do not exist and they are being paid as employees? And you see, I would say that is the main reason why we also have problem with the economy. Because each and every month the money is going, but we don't even know where the money is going to. And then with our selfish gain, we do this harm to ourselves. I'm happy that the committee has tasked them to pay the money. And they're supposed to pay it. They're supposed to refund that money. That money can be used for other stuffs. But how are we going to solve this issue? That is the question we should be asking ourselves. Because it has become very consistent. First, it was NSS ghost name. Second, it was babies being paid. And then third, it has to do with deceased being paid. Deceased employees that are dead and gone, they are being paid. How are we going to solve it? How are we going to put a stop to this? That is what we should be asking ourselves. That is why I find it difficult to even believe that our leaders go out there to learn something to benefit us as a country. Because all this Western world we are learning from, they are digitalized. Everything they do has to do with digitalization. You can be surprised you be in your house and then the government even knows what you are doing in your house, your own house, so they know what you are doing there. So if we don't want to go by it, how do we expect to improve as a country? Until we start arresting these people after they've refunded the money, they should still be arrested. If not, then we'll keep marking time and we'll keep singing the same song. Thank you for making time with me on Debbie's Grill.
Thank you so much for making time with Debbie's Girl. Today in history with Miss Regina Bless.
Today in history, Monash Agreement signed, the notorious Monash Agreement, in which Britain's Neville Chamberlain encouraged Britain and France to appease Adolf Hitler's demands in the hope of preventing World War II, was reached on this day in 1938. Army conspirators began an abortive coup. In Indonesia, a group of army conspirators known as the September 30th Movement began an abortive coup, and by the following morning, they had kidnapped and murdered 6 army generals. The movement claimed that it had seized power to forestall a coup against President Sukarno by a council of generals. President Woodrow Wilson speaks in favor of female suffrage. President Woodrow Wilson gives a speech before Congress in support of guaranteeing women the right to vote. Although the House of Representatives had approved the 19th constitutional amendment giving women suffrage, the Senate had yet to vote on the measure. Looking at some observances, International Translation Day, celebrated to honor translators, interpreters, and terminologists for their vital role in connecting nations. fostering peace, and ensuring trustworthy communication in an increasingly globalized world. The day recognizes their essential work in breaking down language barriers and promoting understanding across cultures, which is especially important given the significant impact translation has on international diplomacy, business, and daily life. National AI in Work Day. Recognizing the day as a platform to promote the responsible and effective use of artificial intelligence in the workplace. Founded by LinkedIn, it aims to reframe AI as a tool for growth and innovation rather than a source of stress by providing insights, learning paths, and resources to help professionals adapt to an AI-powered work environment. National Love People Day, celebrated with the purpose of promoting unconditional love and kindness towards all individuals, regardless of their background. The day encourages acts of intentional kindness, often through a Love People challenge, to lift others up and make a positive difference in the community. National Chewing Gum Day encourages people to enjoy their favorite flavor of chewing gum, share a piece with a friend, or even have a bubble blowing contest to celebrate. The day also serves as an opportunity to learn about the ancient and modern history of chewing gum and to appreciate the benefits of sugar-free gum for dental health. Lastly, International Podcast Day exists to highlight the growing global impact of podcasting as a medium for diverse voices, storytelling, education, and entertainment. The day serves as an opportunity for listeners and creators worldwide to connect, share their favorite podcasts, participate in events, and acknowledge the significant cultural influence of podcasting. And that's all for today and Today in History and some observances. Live on GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
Thank you so much, Miss Regina Bless, for Today in History and some observances of the day. And thank you too to our cherished audience. Thank you for doing the listening. Thank you for joining us on the first segment of the GhanaTalks Breakfast Show. We'll be coming up with the news shortly. Please stick and stay with us.
This is GhanaTalks Radio, the best station rocking the nation.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
What do you want for breakfast? How do you want your breakfast?
English breakfast, French fries.
Koko Nikosi, alo komi keshito.
Wache.
Well, Gobe is the real deal.
Join us on GhanaTalks Radio. Let's serve you a buffet of breakfast.
From news headlines review, current affairs to social issues.
Entertainment, sports, and all the trending stories live on our mobile app and across all socials from Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 10 a.m.
With me, Pakwesi Omare,
Regina Bless,
Deborah Adoso,
and I am Esinal Fiagbedu. This is GhanaTalks Breakfast Show.
This is GhanaTalks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. We bring you local news, business news, international, sports, and entertainment news. Right here on GTR.
Good morning and welcome to the morning news on GhanaTalks Radio. Coming up, Drivers and Vehicle Licensing Authority clamps down on illegal mining with mandatory excavator registration. Minister of Communication clarifies his stance on DSTV offer to subscribers. Info Analytics poll shows NDC strong chances in 2028 presidential election with key candidate. Sisala West grapples with severe teacher shortages. These and many more coming up your way shortly. The Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority in Ghana has taken measures to combat illegal mining. According to the Chief Executive Officer of the Drivers and Vehicle Licensing Authority, the authority commenced mandatory registration of excavators at port on May 1, 2025. This initiative aims to identify and monitor ownership of excavators often used in unauthorized mining operation. Mr. Nikwe Kote earlier yesterday stressed that the registration process is to help create a database to track ownership and monitor usage. However, failure to register may result in severe penalties.
Done a lot when it comes to the fight against Galamsey. The Minister of Transport will have to give us people who have seek permits from him before we go ahead with the registration. As far as the Minister gives us the permit, we will register your excavator. Then the Lands Commission does the tracking. Until that, we cannot register any excavator. And per our DVLA terms, we consider them as seized.
Our work is such that you can only function if you are given resources. So you cannot go empty-handed to stations to start educating drivers. We don't even have motorable vehicles. We don't have vehicles that are serviceable to embark on those agenda. We are shortchanged, particularly for this year.
We managed to work with our contractor to resolve most of the defects, and we identify a lot of infractions on the line, including encroachment. Everything has been resolved. Test run was successful, and we are going to start the first proof of revenue service on 1st October.
I promise that I'll be there. I'll support in my own little way, together with my boss, to make sure that the vision for His Excellency the President for this authority will actually come to realization.
Minister of Communications Sam Nate George has cleared the air in the ongoing banter between the government and MultiChoice Africa. He emphasized that his goal of persuasion was to secure more value for Ghanaian service they've paid for. This move comes after the initial call for a 30% reduction in subscription fees. Meanwhile, subscribers will automatically gain access to the second bouquet valued 99 with additional channels representing 40% savings. Sam George described the new arrangement as unprecedented and a win for both the company and its subscribers.
May think I didn't set out to go and destroy DSTV's business. I had one sole goal, to achieve more for the Ghanaian people for the service that they're paying.
Okay.
Now, you've got bouquets, about 6 bouquets. Now, people don't pay for the bouquets because of the name of the bouquet.
Okay.
They pay for the bouquet because of the content on the bouquet. You've got 3 lower level bouquets and then 3 upper level bouquets. You've got the paddy, which is the lowest. You've got the access, and you've got the family. Now,
the NDC has shown a strong lead in the 2028 presidential election polls. According to survey by Global Info Analytics, the poll indicates any NDC candidate would hold an edge over the MPP's Dr. Baumia in a head-to-head contest. Haruna Idrisu leads with the NDC pack with 27 support, followed closely by Johnson Asiedu Nketia at 26 and Kaiser Lato Forsen at 22. In the matchup against Dr. Bawumia. Haruna Idrisi polls 55 to Bawumia's 42. This poll results suggest a highly competitive race between the NDC currently holding a strong position heading into the 2028 elections.
No conclusion. It's the data. It's the polling data.
Okay.
So if you put it like that, it sounds like we have done some calculations and put some numbers out there.
Okay.
No, these are simple count of people who said they will vote for Julius Debra or they will vote for Bawumia if that is the race they have. And what we have given you is exactly what they told us. No, the numbers are in the data. In the case of MPP candidates against NDC candidates, with the exception of Julius Debra, everybody else is defeating NPP candidates in the race. So that's so far what we have seen in the data. As to how is it? Sorry, I was saying that if you look at the data we have published today, with the exception of Julius Debra, all the other NDC candidates, the 4 or the other 3 are defeating MPPs, or they are leading MPP candidates, both Bawumia and Kennedy Japan. And that's what we have right now. We don't know how these numbers will change in the future, but we'll be there to measure it if it does.
Spokesperson for Movements for Change, Andrew Appiah Danko, has accused the New Patriotic Party of prioritizing party interests over national interests. He believes the MPP's leadership has consistently demonstrated the trend since 2008, putting gains above the welfare of Ghanaians. He describes the MPP as a party without a soul driven by self-interest, while criticizing their inconsistencies in upholding principles in its dealing with the Electoral Commission. He also questioned the party's ability to choose a leader who will prioritize the nation's well-being over party loyalty.
That ought to be asked is the MPP capable of choosing a leader who is going to be faithful to Ghana? Is the MPP capable of choosing a leader who is going to preserve, defend, and protect the laws of this country? Is the MPP capable of choosing a leader who would dedicate himself to the well-being of Ghanaians? I think in making that analysis, we need to first of all consider how MPP presidents have handled themselves in the past. We need to consider the values of the party itself. We need to consider the spirit that fuels them. For me, like I've said on so many occasions, the MPP post 208 is a party that has shown that they will consistently choose their party over their country. I think in the hallowed words of B.J. Darocha, when Honorable Alan John Chamantin resigned from the party, he made an argument why Alan Chamantin should not be accepted back into the party. And the biggest argument he made in that famous letter was that Alan Chamantin has shown over the course of his career, both in private life and in public life, that if he is pushed to choose his country over his party, he's going to choose his country. And because of that, the party shouldn't accept him back. Also, if you analyze the words of His Excellency Nana Akufo-Addo, and case in point is when he met the chief of Ekonfi, where he said that he deliberately derelicted his duty as president to the people of Ekonfi because they refused to vote for his MP. You understand? The words to the people of Mepe that because they didn't that he didn't even need to.
But that's why they didn't vote for his party.
No. So that's what I'm saying, that now the people is going to present somebody, and so for us as Ghanaians, MPP is a public what's called institution, and they're going to choose somebody who will potentially become the president of Ghana. If they're going to choose their party, even then we need to show interest, but they're going to choose somebody who potentially can become the president of Ghana. And so for us as Ghanaians, we need to interrogate the capacity of the party to choose somebody who will be faithful to Ghana, to choose somebody who can preserve, protect the constitution of Ghana, to choose somebody who is going to dedicate himself to the well-being of all Ghanaians. I'm saying that in doing that job, we need to interrogate the value set of the party. And I'm saying that B.J. Darocha in 2008 when Alan Johnson allegedly resigned, his response was that the party should not accept him back. And one of the strongest arguments he made in that famous letter was that Alan Johnson has shown, as president, that if he is pushed to choose between his party and his country, he's going to choose his country over his party, and because of that, they should not accept him. And I'm saying that is clear evidence of the fact that one of the cardinal values, one of the cardinal spirits, one of the cardinal view of the party is always to place their party's interest ahead of the country's interest.
The Sisala West district in the Upper West region is grappling with a severe education crisis due to a significant shortage of teachers. The district needs approximately 350 teachers to address its poor performance in education and to improve learning outcomes. Despite the district's assembly's support for teacher trainees, the number of teachers posted to the district remains low. The DCE, Mr. Hussein Igbeni, has appealed for community support to address teacher shortages in the district, while urging the government and stakeholders to find lasting solutions to these challenges and enhance the quality of education in Sisala West.
It is regrettable to mention that the highest school, or the school that is highly staffed in the entire Sisala West district, from KG to Basic 9, is a school that has a staff population of 12. This is regrettable. We have to go back to exploit the volunteerism system. You know, some years back, our brothers and sisters who completed senior high schools and are in their communities waiting for further education, they used to go to these schools to support. That will be an immediate solution. I want to use this opportunity to call on the Ministry of Education and the Ghana Tertiary Education Commission to consider increasing the quota system of our only teacher training college in the Sisala enclave. I'm referring to the Tumu College of Education. We must not be struggling or crying over inadequate staff or staffing in the Sisala enclave, whilst the teacher training college we have is being capped by the quota system. If we increase the quota system of Tumu College of Education and also call on our brothers who complete senior high school to get enrolled with other support from the existing district assemblies in the Sisala enclave, I think we can make a headway.
In business, the pace of the Ghana cedi depreciation eased over the past 2 weeks, with both interbank and retail markets recording modest dips. In the interbank market, the US dollar cedi pair closed the fourth night at 12 cedis 40 pesos from 12 cedis 1 cedi 50 pesos, marking a 2.02% dip compared to 6.17% recorded 2 weeks earlier. In the retail market, the cedi remained range-bound between 13 cedis 40 pesos and 13 cedis 50 pesos against the US dollar, posting a 0.74% decline from 6.72%. In apparel, the pound and euro closed at mild rates of 18.05 and 15.70 from 16.60 and 15.70 respectively. We note that the slowdown in the cedi's depreciation confirms the early expectation of stability, supported by stronger foreign exchange inflows and softer market sentiment. Looking ahead, they maintain a cautiously optimistic near-term outlook, with seasonal foreign exchange inflows from commodity exports expected to filter through data bank research said. It's acknowledged that heightened corporate demand, particularly from the service sector ahead of the festive season, may create upside risk. However, it expects sustained forex support from the Bank of Ghana, underpinned by a strong reserve buffer and positive expectations around the International Monetary Fund's feed program review to anchor its outlook. In addition, the ongoing U.S. budget stalemate could sustain dollar softness, providing further support to the US dollars. Meanwhile, the cedi began this week going for 13 cedis, 70 pesos to the US dollar in the retail market, at a year-to-date gain at 15.00% to the American greenback. The Managing Director of the Agricultural Development Bank (ADB), Edward Atosapon, has commended the Equiapim Rural Bank PLC for its strong focus on empowering women through credit financing. This he described as a key driver of financial inclusion and sustainable banking. Speaking as the guest of honor at the bank's 43rd Annual General Meeting, Mr. Sapon praised the institution's credit with education program, which has consistently directed about 50% of annual loan disbursement to women. He noted that in 2024 alone, the Rural Bank advocated 60.33 million, representing 49.93% of total loan disbursement to 5,267 women. This marked a 23% increase over the previous years, with an impressively low non-performing loan ratio of 0.13%. Mr. Sapon encouraged the bank to deepen its investment in the program while also strengthening risk management systems and incorporating technology to expand outreach and enhance financial inclusion. He further applauded the overall performance of the Rural Bank, attributing it to strong governance, quality leadership, and the support of shareholders. The bank's post-tax profit increased by 186% from 1.35 million in 2023 to 38.85 million in 2024, and the total assets grew from 156 million in 2023 to 208 million in 2024. The board chairman of the bank, Dr. Ernest Darko, noted deposit growth of 30.77% from 137.1 million in 2023 to 179.3 million in 2024, loan growth of 29.1% and investment growth of 33.15%, which all contributed immensely to overall growth of profitability and assets. He expressed gratitude to the management and staff for their hard work in achieving growth in all of its key financial indicators in 2024. The 43rd AGM brought together shareholders, board members, management, and invited guests. To sports, 3 times world boxing champion Azumah Nelson has been appointed vice chairman and special technical advisor to the newly formed Boxing Interim Management Committee. The committee, which was inaugurated on Monday by Sports Minister Kofi Adams, has been tasked with overseeing professional boxing in the country. Former Ghana Boxing Authority President Samuel Captain will chair the 9-member committee, which brings together professionals from diverse fields. Speaking at the ceremony in Accra, the minister said the move was necessary to restore integrity, professionalism and safety to a sport that has produced global legends like Azumah Nelson, Ikote and Joseph Agbeko. He noted that recent years had seen a decline in standards, citing unprofessional conduct and weak regulatory protocols. The tragic death of Nigerian boxer Gabriel during a bout at the Bukom Boxing Arena was described as a wake-up call that underlined the urgency for reforms. The Interim Management Committee, chaired by Samuel Captain, with Azumah Nelson as vice chairman, will oversee professional boxing activities, restructure the Professional Boxing Association, and ensure improved medical, insurance and safety standard for athletes. The Ministry of Sports and Recreation has also approved a budget of 1,120,000 for the Black Stars upcoming 2026 FIFA World Cup qualifiers. Ghana faced Central African Republic and Comoros in the last 2 games of the qualifying series next month, hoping to seal a placement at the global showpiece. Ahead of the team's imminent return to camp, the Sports Ministry has aided them with the approval of 1.12 million for the 2 games. The FA submitted a budget within an acceptable range, and the ministry did not need to add any comment, Kofi Adams said while addressing the press on Monday, September 29th. The Ghana Football Association formally submitted the estimates for both matches on 18 September 2025. As the ministry is responsible, we received the submission in keeping with due process, forwarded it to the Office of the President on 19 September 2025. The 2-match engagement carries a total estimated cost of 1.12 million, broken down as 733,000 for the away game in Casablanca and 387,000 for the home fixture in Accra. Ghana's first game of the international break is against CAL on October 8th in Morocco before returning to the Accra Sports Stadium to take on the Moroccos. In showbiz, Jeffrey Note has been named Screen Icon of the Year at the 7th edition of the Ghana Entertainment Awards USA at the Avenue Event Space in South Hackensack, New Jersey. The annual ceremony, which honors Ghanaian and African creatives at home and in the diaspora, was used this year to salute the living legacy of Ghanaian music and film with a full night to live band performances and a focus on high life heritage. The award show drew a cross-section of industry figures, artists and fans who traveled to celebrate Ghanaian excellence on an international stage. Jeffrey Note's win recognizes a body of work that spans theater, film, comedy, and digital content. Best known for his character-driven performances and solo theatrical showcases, Jeffrey Note has built a reputation for layered storytelling and inventive stagecraft. His flagship theater production, Three Faces of Jeffrey Note, which blends acting, spoken word, and music to present multiple characters in a single performance, helped cement his profile as a versatile screen and stage performing. The Screen Icon Trophy highlights Jeffrey Note's growing influence in Ghana's creative landscape and his ability to move between stages and screen while connecting with diverse audiences. The award also reflects wider trend of recognizing multidisciplinary artists whose careers cross live performance, film, and online content. Nominees for this year's awards were announced on August 31st, with public voting open until September 20th via the official Ghana Entertainment Awards USA website. The event has been a platform for spotlighting Ghanaian talent abroad and strengthening ties between creatives working locally and those in the diaspora. For Jeffrey Note, the accolade adds an international endorsement to a career built on risk-taking and craft. His win underscores the continuing need of storytelling in Ghana's cultural export and the role of performance which blur the lines between stage and screen. The Ghana Entertainment Awards USA returns attention to a growing pool of Ghanaian talent making waves globally. As the industry looks ahead, honors like Screen Icon of the Year point to a future where theater artists, comedians, and filmmakers increasingly share the same spotlight. And that is how we end it for now on the morning news broadcast. Do want to log on to www.GhanaTalksRadio.com for more news updates. I am Deborah Dosso. Thank you for doing the listening. Do have a good morning.
This is Ghana Talks Radio, the best station rocking the nation. Listen back to our previous shows by downloading our app from Apple Store and Play Store. Get it big, get it here. Listen to all your live mixes, live radio programs, and live entertaining and news package programs right here from GTR, Ghana Talks Radio.
Are you ready to amplify your business or brand's reach and make a meaningful impact in Ghana and beyond? Partner with GhanaTalks Radio today to connect with a diverse audience across Ghana and beyond. Elevate your brand through on-air promotions and social media. Boost your brand during prime time. With GhanaTalks Radio, you can extend your reach across digital platforms. GhanaTalks Radio is not just a station, it is a community hub where your brand becomes part of the conversation. Join us in fostering connections, celebrating culture, and making a lasting impression. For customized sponsorship packages and enquiries, email contact@GhanaTalksRadio.com or call +233 202 544614. GhanaTalks Radio, giving the youth a voice.
When you guy, what it? John, when you guy, what it? A boy now when you alright, Busia go by the name Coin Takra. Call me, say you're Coin Takra, then your time it's Coin Takra live on GhanaTalks Radio now. Mondays and Fridays, may the time it's Coin Takra. What when you say Monday, then day. Aya mamere abakwasem Africa, Ghana, our heritage. Eka mamere ni amani yeteti abakwasem hon komoni yedi. Aya hina ni yekoni now Friday ni ye bass on bass. Friday yeah rap. We dey talk about entertainment. We dey talk about music business. So join me this Monday and Friday. Be our live on GhanaTalks Radio. Don't forget, so before all the social media platforms, like GhanaTalks Radio and Ko Intakra. Me so me page in the so Ko Intakra. Now listen, be fire, be wajab our GhanaTalks Radio. Don't forget, so be download the app on the Play Store and the App Store. Call me, time it's Ko Intakra Monday and Fridays. Jinamu D will be a mamiara time up at 7 p.m. sharp. Yeah, the Jumedi any bro. Hina ni Konya on your guy, on your guy. Wadim Savieta Sika, your fanko Tovenza.
Good morning and welcome to Ghana Talks Breakfast Show on Ghana Talks Radio. It's a Tuesday morning, September 30th, and it is the last day of the 9th month of the year. Yesterday we had a divine revelation about the 9th month. The astrologist makes us understand that it is the month of fruitfulness. When you look at the times that women carry their babies and the times that they give birth to these babies, it's just in the span of 9 months. And so in this year that you've already spent 9 months, and as the 9th month is ending today, I pray that it ends with a fruit-bearing miracle in your life this morning. I have turned a prophet, so this morning I would want to be addressed as Prophet Omari on the show. I hope my church member here, Ivan, will listen to that and do justice to that. Ivan, I have prayed in the name of Jesus. Hey, Prophet Omari, you are going. Hey, Ivan,
Apostle Dr. Prophet, Evangelist, Father.
Ivan, it's okay, it's okay.
Cut keys.
The titles are okay.
Okay, so Prophet Omari.
But welcome to you, and it's another beautiful day on the show.
Sure.
And as we always come with the most intellectual and educative discussions on the show in the capital of Ghana, and also in the studios of Ghana Talks Radio. This is the only place that Ghana talks and then Ghana also listens. So we are proud to come your way every morning. We are happy to share your mornings with you. And we are glad that you also stay tuned with us. Earlier on, you had the ladies with the newspaper review. The news came on, and now we are in for the discussions. And later on the show, the NPP's communications team member, in the person of Mr. Donko Kennedy, will be joining us in the studios for the discussion. Already, we have the NDC's communications team member, Mr. Ivan Cranting, in the studios with us. And we are kicking it off right away. So stay with us and enjoy the conversation. Now, Ivan, Good morning once again.
Good morning, Mr. Omari.
I hope everything is fine.
By God's grace, as our Muslims brothers will say, Alhamdulillah, everything has been very smooth. I'm looking at where we began from within in this month, from the 1st of September throughout today. I think God, Allah has been merciful and gracious to all of us.
Sure.
And almost every single day you come, every single other week, we are also here to espouse our view. Commuting in and out has been, it's always a challenge, but God has been protecting us throughout. So we can only be gracious to Him for how merciful He has been to us. And one thing I should also acknowledge is our guests, our listeners. Yes, and our viewers. They have always been dedicated. And any time that we come sit behind the microphone, they have always been around, watching us, giving us their input, and we can only say thank you. And what else can we say again? We also appreciate you for giving us the opportunity. And we appreciate the CEO, the GM, and every other person who has created this available space for us to come and share our views. Then we thank our seniors who always give us the opportunity to also come here. We say thank you to all of them. Since today is the last day, let me also thank my brother Kennedy. I think yesterday I told him today he should be a Ghanaian, and hopefully I know today he will be a Ghanaian for once.
But what brought about such conversation between you two?
Mr. Wari, Kennedy, you know Kennedy as usual. When we are having a discourse, when Kennedy, it was an advice that I gave Kennedy. Hopefully, I believe today he will be a Ghanaian, as we have always been Ghanaians and speaking for the ordinary Ghanaian. Let me say thank you to Kennedy, because he is part of the people who are shaping the government, who are putting government on its toes because of some of his criticisms. Just that he sometimes go way overboard. But in all that, there is this adage in Besepano Kunya Yetasene Benyansa form. So whatever he says, we sit behind, we look at what is going on, then we pick the good ones out, which will be very beneficial to the government. Then I believe hopefully the government, whatever the government is doing is for the benefit of the ordinary, unlike what they came to do, where they destroyed the economy, they did a whole lot of, they plunged the nation into chaos. But within just a space of 8 months of this current administration, you can see there have been effective management of the economy. There has been there have been proper structures which has brought the nation to a certain pedestal where the individuals within the nations are enjoying. And you see, not like previously where the razzmatazz were people were all over the place shouting, and the Yentiobi Aban was there, but we can see say Aban Papaba, and Aban Papaba has done a lot. If I want to mention some of the achievements, which I will mention in the course of our dialogue, you get to know that indeed this is a government for the people, government by the people, and government who are still taking thing with the people.
Thank you there, Ivan. Thank you for such an opening. Ken,
Mr. Barry,
you're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
I hope everything is fine.
By the grace, I'm doing well.
You are looking very dope this morning. I like your
thank you very
outfit.
much. Yes. So
I was a good morning to you, dress it fine.
You see, I'm not going to lose trust. Let me say a very good morning to you, and then your cherished viewers and listeners. Now it is duopoly is combined.
Yeah.
So I think people are watching at the same time and also listening at the same time. So let me say very good morning to them, and then let me say very good morning to yourself and my colleague Ivan, and then your team. I think you guys are doing a fantastic job.
Sure.
Yeah. You see, at times, as I'm people, I'm just sitting my somewhere. You not let me think my thinking. You want to bring me in, no problem. But before, maybe probably I'll comment on what you mentioned, maybe in the course of our discussion. But Mr. Marele make this very important, issue.
Sure. I
think, is it this week or last week? When the UN met at Washington DC and then General Assembly, and I found it very important to make one or two comments of what happened last week. You see, Mr. Mari,
yes, sir.
I listened to our president, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, very eloquent. He flew very fantastic, and then I also listened to President of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa. He also did a very fantastic job, as well as Kenyan President William Ruto. I will listen to these leaders and say, yes, indeed, Africa, we have leaders who are people who can speak to the matter. So I was very excited about what happened last week you see, but let me be realistic here. Those who wrote their speech for them did a very fantastic job. They were able to inculcate in the ideas of the Gen Zs and the millennials in it. So which, to me, I saw very fantastic. However, Mr. Mari, we have to be fact specific. Looking at what they said, these leaders said, and then to the extent that saying that Africa owns the future of the world. And I asked myself, I was thinking that yes, though these leaders made this statement, do we have certain measures that these leaders have put in place in this continent or on this continent that is reflecting that by the end of maybe half a century, 50 years, we'll be able to achieve what they said? That was what I was just thinking about. You see, yes, indeed, Africa, we have majority population who are youth, which means that we have the human resources. Now, development is based on resources, and resources has two main branches. We have the natural resources and we have the human resources. Now, scholars and researchers will tell you that if you have the human resources without having the natural resources, it becomes a problem. And if you have only the natural resources without human resources, also become a problem. Because human resources are the abilities, capabilities, and the experience in you for you to change the natural resources into a tangible use. So, for example, if you look around us, all these things that you see are natural resources. Metals, wood, they are natural resources. But it takes people or individuals with that human resources capability to manufacture things from it. Now, when our president said that the future of the world, Africa owns it, and I was thinking that no, I see in the opposite direction, because we have a continent whereby majority of the youth are unemployed. And we ask ourselves, if someone is unemployed, at the end of the day, you are creating a certain ideology, mindset in the person that the person will take any possible measure to survive. So when that happens, then it means that if you don't take care and solve unemployment in the continent or on the continent, the automatically crime rate is going to escalate. Hope you understand. Yeah, you see, this one I have put aside my political perspective and then let's deal with the issue based on what they said. And it's not only about our president, about these three presidents and what they said. Now, it is high time that Africa, we have to stop condemning the West. Always, everything is about slave trade. Yeah, you guys enslave us. That's why we are not developing. Slave trade ended in 1807. How many years now? More than 2 or 3 centuries. Why are we still condemning and blaming these Western people that they enslave us? That's the reason why we are not developing. Even the United States of America that we are talking about today, colonization, they were under colonized. They were colonized by the same UK. They were able to fight for their independence, and then they have fought for themselves, put measures in place, and now look at where the United States of America is. Now the whole world, in terms of economy, in terms of geopolitics, they are leading. So, to me, though these presidents make a very resounding, eloquent statement, it is high time they come home, think about how they can bring certain policies, programs that the youth will be able to benefit from. But and always, when you go to the UN Assembly and then make comment, let me tell you something. Looking at the time of our late president, the first president of this land, Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, he made certain statements more than what they did just recently. Even the same thing, Mandela, he also did the same thing. But the question is, if you talk without backing with your practical, policies or actions, automatically it becomes utopia. You speak like we say in our local adage, "Kasa yam frema." But after speaking or after bringing certain voice out, what do you do next? So please, I just want to use this platform to tell the African, the leaders that they have to think. Yes, indeed, we have the majority of the youth, the population, but if they don't embark on certain pragmatic measures that would bring development into the youth or will change their way of thinking, then at the end of the day, even Africa will be the doom and not what they are thinking.
Okay. Thank you, gentlemen. I think I've really enjoyed your opinions. Yeah. Wow. Anyways, let's get into the conversations. But before we go into that, let's do some few minutes on the NLE scandal. Have you heard of it? Have you heard of the NLE scandal?
I've heard a lot.
Okay, a lot.
What is it?
Really? The National Lotteries Authority.
What has it done? What is that? I don't know the story.
Okay, you've heard something, right?
Yeah.
Okay, tell us a little bit about that. Okay. Oh no, but it is fair for Kennedy to say he hasn't heard it. I mean,
if I haven't, it doesn't mean I have. I've not heard
so tell us a little bit about what you heard.
So
the good thing about this is that Kennedy can't really defend anything because he hasn't heard anything about it, right? So something that you don't know about it, you don't justify or defend it.
Well, but probably maybe now that's the reason why I want to know what is happening.
Yes.
That is why yesterday I told Kennedy to be a Ghanaian. Kennedy is aware of whatever that has happened at NLA, but because
did he tell you about it yesterday?
But Mr. Murray,
yes,
you know, he didn't.
Murray, you are a very good host.
But just you see, today you said you're a prophet, right?
Yeah.
He didn't.
Okay.
But after everything, Kennedy will start defending whatever that it's wrong today.
Okay.
Let's start.
Okay.
So the scandal it's about NLA good cause. So something that a scheme or a program that is at NLA which is to help the needy so that they can also be better off in the society, and you are at liberty to apply if you know such opportunities exist. But in our case, all the beneficiaries of this particular good cause scheme are people who are well-to-do already. Aside that one, how can you award a lofty amount to someone? Let me cite a typical example in the media space. City FM Channel 1 TV. They were given a sum of 225,000 Ghana cedis for they organized one program. I think they toured around Ghana, and that money was given to them so that they use it as a sponsorship package for those who will be touring Ghana. Meanwhile, any person who want to be part of such pay as much as 12 to 16,000. Yet pay as much as 12 to 16,000. So this person, this sponsorship package which was given to City TV or Channel 1, what is the use of that money? What due diligence did NLA do on that?
Okay.
Aside that one too, I learned is it 570,000 Ghana cedis was given to the Godfrey Odame by then to organize conference and seminars. Mr. Omare,
yes, sir.
In kind it is kind of 5.7 billion. Say, young ye conference, ye besiem ni adwenje 5.7 billion. Meanwhile, in his own budget to Parliament, he has allocated monies for such programs. So that 5.7 billion which he took, what was the use of it? In addition, what measures did NLA put in place to check whether the monies were being used? Do you know what baffles me?
No.
The beneficiaries of all these monies are those who were attacking the then NDC in opposition. Someone like Kwaku Aindo. Kwaku Aindo received as much as 50,000 or 40,000. What was it meant for?
I said for
Atameo's
remembrance of Atameo's.
Hey, Mr. Omare. Obi 1 year anniversary, 10 years anniversary. So I did your corner Kojisika wa buying ho.
Former president, I mean.
Then, Mr. Omare, do you know it is high time? My grandmother died about 8 years ago.
So you're also going for money.
Then I also qualify for NLA good cause. I should also lobby so that I get something like somewhere around 20,000, 30,000 to celebrate my granny's 10 years anniversary.
Yeah.
Whilst we know that there are people in our communities who deserve this money, there are buildings which are dilapidated, which can be, the funds can be channeled into it. I am not against someone benefiting from the government to embark on a project. Someone like is it Abu one of the Ramadans, the MP. He benefited is it 40,000 or so, 40,000 or 50,000, and per the letter that he issued to he sent to NLA, he said he was going to, his community is fighting crime, so he is going to use that to purchase motorbikes so that it will help in police surveillance in the area. Indeed, when he took the money, he bought the motorbikes. He presented it to the police, and there is evidence to it. But let's ask ourselves: the 5.7 billion old Ghana cedis that was used for conferences, what benefit? Where is the document, the evidence that proved that this and that was done? And what benefit was it to the Ghanaian community? For the police surveillance, we can say that since they started their routine activities and checks, the crime rate at that particular area has reduced drastically. So we can say it has been a benefit to the society, to the community. The Atamus Institute, the Kwaku Ahindo, the program that he organized, of what benefit was it to Ghanaians? This gentleman, Richard Ahiagba, he took, is it 150,000 Ghana cedis to organize this Danko Institute, their lectures that they organize. Is it not Danko Institute? Is it not an extension of NPP? So
why will you say that,
Mr. Murray? Kennedy himself has been attending their programs and is aware that Danko Institute is an extension of NPP.
I wasn't aware.
So what benefit is that lecture and memorial something they organize? Of what benefit or consequential effect does it have on us as Ghanaians? So these are some of the things that Mr. Murray, we are just being wasteful. We are being wasteful as a country because these monies would have been channeled into other programs. We would have NLA could have adopted one of the facilities and say we are providing this to enhance probably a teaching hospital, one of the hospitals. We are providing this for you. We are providing MRI machines. We are providing a CT scan for you. We are providing some of the things that we don't have at our health facilities, whereby we need to move from Ghana to outside Ghana to
access these facilities.
We could have used these funds to purchase some of these machines so that it will be a great benefit to all of us. NLA can decide, okay, so we are seeing that at kidney dialysis has been a challenge to the Ghanaian public. So we are
we don't even have the dialysis machines.
We are expanding the facilities. We are, if we are buying, let's say, 10 dialysis machines or 16 dialysis machines for every region, that would have saved a lot of people. But what did we do? We rather dish out the money to Rebecca Foundation. Come on.
Okay, so that is what you know about it. Ken, you didn't know about it. Now I think Ivan has enlightened you a little bit on that. Do you have anything to say about it now?
Mr. Murray, let me say a very good morning to the best party, in this country, the New Patriotic Party. From the national executive to the regional executive, the constituency level, specifically my constituency, the Banda constituency. Let me say a very good morning to the chairman Charles, and then all the polling station executives as well. Mr. Murray, you see, at times when we meet here and then we are discussing the matters, it is not that we are so repository of knowledge. That's the reason why we are here. However, it is because of we have got a certain opportunity, and it is indictment on us, or it is our responsibility to educate and also inform the public. It's very important. Therefore, whenever we are making a submission, we should conceptualize these 2 points before we talk out. Now, looking at all that my colleague has rattled out or has just voiced out right now, at times I wonder that he is a youth, because we the youth, we don't want lamentations. The era of lamentation is gone. It is an Old Testament when Jesus Christ came. Now we are in the New Testament. Looking at all that he mentioned, let me now start with the first point that he started. When the National Lottery Authority, before even NPP came to power, this agency or authority was even at a dire stage.
Which one?
The NLA.
Before
we came to power. All the private lottery agencies or private companies were even performing more than even the NLA. But NPP came to power, and then if you remember the debt that were being paid by NLA in this country, to the extent that NLA wasn't even known to the whole world. And if you remember, when Samuel Oku even took over, he held a meeting with other West African countries here in this country. That was a time that NLA became one of the best lottery agency in this country across the continent. Beside that, saying that at times, looking at all the points that he made, it's just below belt. I didn't want to comment, but I just wrote just a few things there. Now, saying that NPP has sponsored a program. NLA has sponsored a program. Therefore, it's a crime. Look at this. You see, that's the reason why even public agencies are not growing. Because we think that because of the public agencies or public-owned enterprise, therefore we don't have to spend a lot. Sponsoring, companies or advert programs are very important. But when you sit and say that the NLA sponsor City, FM, therefore it's a crime, then it's like you don't really understand what you're talking about. That program that City FM or City News always embark on each year, do you know the implication of it? It encourages foreign encourage local tourism.
Okay.
And do you know how many people that traveled outside to even attend this program? And let me tell you something. If you check advert to even go and sit on radio to talk one-on-one, this airtime that we are enjoying free here, if you guys are selling it, do you know how much it costs? I remember I contacted TV3 that time, and we wanted to attend a program there. So we wanted 30 minutes. 30 minutes. Though I don't want to mention it here, so that it's more of I am. But thousands of Ghana cedis for just 30 minutes, 5 minutes, even 5 minutes advert. It will marvel you, and then you are saying that they gave them 200,000 Ghana cedis, which is all 2 billion, right? You see, these are sort of comments that at times I don't want to hear.
Okay.
You see, but it is high time, let me inform the NDC that if you know anybody has squandered state money, Master, let the law take its course and stop all. You see, they are now become populist party. They always want to do something so that people will know that we are there. Now, you see, the thing they are smart. The confidence level of the party, or the NDC, is now dwindling down. It is declining. And because of they want people to get that confidence in them again, they just started to bring this one on board. I heard, Samuel Oku, when they called him a CTFM on the same matter. And he was saying that if, you see, at times...
Oh, so you actually know about this issue?
Wait, let me come. So, wait. Let me finish. I didn't know that's what you guys were talking about. Because the way you were saying that scandal, and I was surprised. Because don't forget, you said scandal. And I didn't hear any court that has maybe ruled over the case by saying that maybe the NLA has squandered any money.
So this is not
these are all allegations. And now, you see, don't be moved by these people. The NDC,
the NDC didn't bring anything out. Do you know the fourth estate? Do you know the fourth estate?
Let me put that one aside.
Do you know the fourth estate?
Look at how he was so happy talking about it. I see. Let's put it aside. Fourth estate, okay, if you are fourth estate or even the fifth estate, the question is, if you have any evidence that this person has spent state money, it is your responsibility that send the person to court. Let the person come and account for it. Okay. That is what I also. But for us to waste time and discuss about all this, talking about Okuyanyido and talking about people applying, those who are rich apply. These are issues that is a national issue that we have to solve. During their time, even I said Ketia, his own child or son applied to get fund when NDC was in power, their first time. And then when they were interviewed, didn't know what he said. He said by then he wasn't rich, so he couldn't take care of his own child. So these are things that we need to solve. And it's happening during the time of NDC, it's happening during the time of MPP. But the question is, if the person is applying, how would you even know?
Okay.
So these are things I have to put aside and try to solve the issue. But coming and saying that this person has collected money, Master, if you know you have any evidence, that's why we are the court.
Okay, I'm coming. So let me also come in here.
Yeah. Just a minute.
Oh,
let
you
me
see, what do you wait? No. This one there. When is your turn? Then you can. No, please. Wait. This one today.
This is just
yes. So when is the main? When you get to that one, maybe you can check that one.
So let me come in here, and I think you will be happy once I come in here. Okay, the NLA good cause. It has a purpose, a cause. It has its own special beneficiaries. These beneficiaries are the less privileged. That is the cause of this particular budget in the NLA's coffers. We use it for boreholes in some communities, deprived communities. We use it to support education in deprived communities and all that. That is why the disbursement of these funds to these particular people is termed as a scandal, because they are not the beneficiaries
of these monies.
So you see,
Mr.
Mari, that is why. Wait.
100,000 for printing of presidential diary.
No, wait. Let me tell something.
100,000.
Please.
You get a certain
Ivan,
40,000.
you sit
for
here
medical health.
and listen to me very carefully.
Asafa was given 40,000 for medical health.
Wait, Mr. Mari.
Once his own constituency, the hospital in that constituency,
you see that
have hospital beds.
You see that you have the confidence, you have the gas to even talk about this here. But when I make a reference that the same thing happened under the tenure of NDC, you didn't make anything about it. These are things that we need to solve. But let me tell you this:
the equalization of this
and that is why we need to solve it. You be here. No. That's what I'm saying. That that is why I conclude by saying that if you know, if you have any core evidence, if you have a case, then make sure that you go to the cocktail. You see, what he is doing when I apply the safety team, he shouldn't worry. No, Mr. Mari, get it clear. You see what he is doing? I didn't say it when he was talking. I was just quiet here. Don't worry. Then I'll pay you with your own coin. Don't worry. But what I want you to understand is that these are issues that we have been facing in this country, and we need to stop it at times. Wait.
That's what you're saying.
No, what I'm saying that we should find solution to it, and that's what I'm saying that upon all these issues that happen, if the fourth estate, they thought that maybe or the things that they have any concrete issue with a clear evidence, that is why we have the court.
Okay,
let's proceed to the latter of this matter. But at times, when someone who doesn't have credibility, who and then try to juxtapose this issue and saying that these monies could have been used to develop certain villages, and then you look at the person and you become so annoyed in your heart to the extent that you were in this country when children were going to school under the trees. What did you do? When we talk about this country, NDC has spent several years more than the MPP since the time of the PNDC. Wait, let me tell you something. Since the time of the PNDC down to NDC, you guys have spent a lot of years, but still, as we are talking, wait, keep quiet. Ivan, please, when I'm making my point, let me build my point. Today, I'm very focused. Please, I respect you so much. I don't want to, because if you do that, I will do the same thing to you. You know me. So please keep quiet and listen, or let me school you, or let me educate you.
Really?
No.
You are the one who just made
wait.
conflicting statement.
because he's interjecting. And
really?
I said you should keep quiet and listen to me. Let me inform you what happened in this country. I hope you understand.
My brother has lost focus.
The issue is when you guys have several years to rule this country. Since PNDC, you came to power, and then when we won power first time, even in 2000, there were a lot of students living or going to school under trees. What did you guys do? We even, after we left office in 2009, you guys came. Still, when they came to power, there were a lot of schools under trees. Today we are coming. Wait.
So all the
wait. Let me finish.
Kennedy.
But wait, when we came, today you have the shenanigan to come and sit here and tell us that those money could have used to solve all these problems.
Kennedy, I'm not getting.
What are you telling me?
Kennedy, I'm not getting.
No, what you say that? Wait. Let me finish. When I finish,
no, you actually mentioned. You mentioned that. So when you came to power,
do you know what he said? Do you know the comment that he made? Maybe you're not getting the point. When he made those comments, you were here. He didn't say anything. He said we could have used those money to build boreholes, build schools for children in the village. But the question is asking, when they came to power, how many schools? If you know that we have this, but why did you solve it?
And
so you cannot come in.
That's why you also came from 2000 to 2009 without solving that particular issue.
Yeah, so we came, we did our best. That's the reason why the roads that you talk about, when they came to power, they constructed how many roads? How many kilometers that they constructed? They constructed like 8,000 or 6,000 kilometers. But when we came, we constructed 14,000. Now you are sitting here telling that we could have used the money in this country. The numbers are there. I will not give you rough figures. Just Google right now.
Last year,
you
just gave me a
just here. Hope you understand. So no. So wait. So that is what I want you to understand. When we came, there are problems, and this is a country that we are all trying to solve the problem. But when you sit here, try to paint the picture as if that these monies could have used to solve this problem, whilst you guys have spent several years more than the NPP, then why didn't you solve it?
Okay.
Hope you get my point.
I'm getting you now.
Perfect.
And speaking of roads, one of the roads that that is the only road we can really account to the NPP. That is the whole road, and it's a magnificent road. For that road, Charlie Kennedy, your people do
If you said that's the only road, if you said that is the only road,
but they're not crumping more.
You know, Mr. Murray, this one, let me help.
I will not understand you. I will not accept it. Don't help me. If you want to help yourself.
Another road that we can also ascribe to the NPP that they did and constructed it very well is the Chebi University roads. President Akufo-Addo's hometown. Okay. In fact, when you measure, no, I am telling you the truth.
You see,
when you measure the
let's go to another topic.
When you measure,
he left propaganda too much.
The thickness of the bitumen, the asphalt.
He's lying.
You can get
it is not true.
No, but like
you are lying.
Close to 5.
Stop that propaganda.
No, I'm telling you,
these are propaganda. These are Mr. Man, you know the one he say he's lying. You yourself, you know. For you to come and tell me that when you go to Chebi, the thickness of the road. Look at this. These are.
But that is the truth.
These are loose top arguments.
Say
something that people understand. Just say that it's good, okay. But you are saying that the thickness and blah.
Kennedy was here saying, "Oh, the NLA good cause was used in proper CBM." Samuel could did well. Listen, when you award an agency,
we can finish the three topics.
When you award an agency an amount of 100,000 Ghana cedis, what is the purpose of it? To print presidential diary.
You said this. Look,
presidential diary, 100,000 Ghana cedis.
If you don't have anything to say, don't waste our time. We have a lot to discuss here. Today have 3. If you know that you only wanted to say, let's do the show one-on-one. I am ready.
Ivan,
I have a lot here.
Ivan, I think we've made our point.
Yeah, more than
this issue. So
it
was just
yes,
by the way.
Yes, this is a person comment.
This is not part of the topic.
Mr. Murray, if NLE can award an amount of 350,000 Ghana cedis to an entity to organize an award, then I think it is high time Kennedy, I think when the next time they are able to get power, and he should pray that they get a good person at NLA like Samuel Uku to dish out money so that he can organize an award ceremony for Ghana Talk Radio panelists.
Sure.
At least he would be able to pocket as much as 350,000 Ghana cedis. Look at this, and you are here defending this thing.
this propaganda. When you sit there,
let's move on.
You don't have anything to say about this one.
What you are saying, Mr. Man, let him hold the show today because whatever is the
because what you are saying, I don't understand you. I'm not hosting the show. I am here to answer questions.
Now let's get into the main conversations for the day.
Hey.
Do you know the NDC's deputy secretary?
NDC's deputy secretary.
Yeah.
Yes, I know him.
No, who is he?
Is it Mustafa?
Oh yeah.
Mustafa Bandi.
Yeah.
Or Bande. Which is which?
Bandi. Okay. Now, do you know about the case of the OSP and then the former finance minister?
I think you're all familiar with the cases. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, right from March, April, there were so many instances. OSP invites Ken Oforiatta reschedules, OSP invites him, blah blah. He has surgery, this and that, and it's been over 6 months now. He's still not yet in, and the OSP hasn't really given us any proper update on this particular issue because it's an issue of national interest, and so everyone is eager to hear what becomes of it. So the NDC has been chastised by the citizens because they campaigned hugely through the back of oral to get power, and now oral is not really doing anything. So the deputy secretary has spoken about the people, the institutions responsible for the prosecution and the justification of some of these allegations. And so he spoke about this particular issue and gave an ultimatum to the OSP that he either brings Ken in for questioning and then we get to the bottom of that particular issue, or he resigns. What do you make of this ultimatum by
oh my God. So in what capacity did Mustafa Gbande made that comment?
As a party chairman, as the ruling party's chairman.
As the ruling party chairman?
Yeah.
If you are ruling party chairman, so what?
The party is being held accountable.
You see,
the governance.
I want you to get a drift.
I'm also. See, then the NDC has campaigned to come to power. They promised us things, which is why we gave them the power. Once they are in governance, they need to account for the things they promised us. So if, as a party chairman, some of the things that you are being held accountable for, you've handed it to somebody, you also need to get your account from that particular
person. What I want to understand is that it is not a political party that rules a country. It is a government that rules a country. That's all I want you to understand.
So wait, and Mustafa is part of the government.
Wait, let me let you understand that power of arrogance is now smearing around the NDC.
Really?
Perfectly. Telling the fact, for a party deputy general secretary to make those comments tells you how powerful he thought he has become. And this is not the first comment that he has been making. He has made a lot of comments. The way he speaks, the manner that he arrogantly will smear or spill out issues out. Recently, when even we did last week, when we had our demonstration. Yeah. So even talking about the demonstration, look at the number of people that came to the, and I remember he was here saying that the people didn't come. You see last week I was late because of the demonstration everywhere. But today, you see, I am here on time. So that is what happened. And on the same show, when he was being asked that the NPP is complaining about the level of harassment that you people are putting against the NPP. When power switch, and we are all aware that power is transient. So when power changes, don't you know that maybe probably the NPP also might try to do the same? Do you know the answer he gave? No. He said they can kill for, they didn't care. And this is the person that we are talking about.
Okay.
Now, back to the main issue.
Yeah.
For him to make those comments, he has no authority to instruct the OSP to even bring the former finance minister to this country.
Okay.
And you can bring out your grievances, no problem. But to the extent that giving him authority, that is my issue here.
Okay.
As if now we are in power, therefore we can do everything that we want. And Ghanaians are watching. They are listening. The same person, when this vigil that happened opposite, the Jubilee House, the Revolutionary Square, and someone was trying to have a conversation with him, how pompous he was speaking to that person, as if now that person was beneath him, therefore the person should keep quiet. Ken Oforeta issue that we are discussing here.
Yeah.
You see, at times when you are in opposition, the way you see it is different when you come to power. Okay. I always say that now the current aspirant of the NDC, none of them qualifies to become president of this country.
Why?
Because I go by the same words of the current president of this country. Because he said when we were in the opposition and Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia was making those claims by saying that incompetent Mahama, and he said you haven't been a president before, and you there incompetent Mahama, you don't even know what it takes to become a president. So based on that analogy, because you were speaking from experience, none of them have become even a vice president before. So none of them qualifies. But when you're opposition, you see things differently. Now, they are saying that, or he made those comments because he has realized that Ghanaians are now kind of annoyed with the party.
Why?
The level of trust that they had initially for the party is now decreasing.
Okay.
And they have realized that. So if that's the case, especially one of the best policy, campaign message that helped the NDC was the aura. They promised that when they come, they are come to arrest every individual of the MPP to sell, because they said that MPP has squandered state fund.
Okay.
Now they came. The first person that Kemfurata has chopped this country money down, and then we're here. Security went to, but to the extent that you went to his house unannounced, bumped into his house, like unwarrantedly. We are in a democratic country, so you cannot just wake up and just enter someone's house just like that. You did this so that people will see that you guys are working. To the extent that you said he has spent state money, saying that he flew from this country without informing anyone. But the question is, this man, before he was leaving, he said, I am not feeling well, I have to travel for medical sick. He wrote officially to the office of Julius Debra, chief of staff, inform him that this is the situation I'm going through. I have to travel to United States of America.
Please, you have 3 minutes left.
Now, when he got there, and you see, at times, I don't know if, and people, I know these are public debate, and you have your opinion to that. People are even thinking that there is a personal relationship between, or maybe there's a banter between the former finance minister and then the Kisi Ajabi, who is the OSP. People are making those comments. I don't know, because the manner of which he is trying to kind of treat Ken Ofurata, at times you think about it and you become,
how do you think he's trying to treat him?
Because for you to put someone on Interpol alert comes with different issues.
Okay.
First, before you even do that, that means that first, the person is nowhere to be found. Second, you've tried every possible means, and the person, you can't see the person. But here lies the case. The person has informed you wherever he is, but you went ahead to issue or put him on Interpol red alert. Which to me, I think those who are saying that maybe there's a personal relationship between, even my issue is, if you have a particular evidence that a person has spent state money, we don't necessarily need him in this country.
Why?
Oh, when it comes to investigation, you can have it online. There's no crime. And
he's
even,
already
let me tell you something. Martin,
he needs him for questioning.
That is why the 19th Constitution of this country doesn't spell it out anywhere. No provision says that the person must be in person,
So
and that is why
that gives the authority the discretion to decide where he wants to question him.
That is why even lawyer Martin Kwebu, he has made those claims that the OSP should not wait on Ken Ofurata comes to this country before he can interrogate him. Don't forget, with the last election petition, you remember Metonunu, he was interrogated online.
Okay.
I hope you understand. So there are certain things that I don't see. If you know you want to interrogate the person, You can organize online, and even Matipewu has made those claims.
Okay.
That you can do that, and the laws allows that.
Your time is up, but let me ask you this question.
Yes.
So, looking at the topic at hand here that we are discussing, as you mentioned, the NDC's trust is now decreasing in the face of Ghanaians because of the stance of oral. So, looking at that, and then the secretary taking that stance of seeking accountability from the OSP in terms of the oral's agenda, do you think it's wrong or is right?
You see yourself. So the issue is, this oral that we are talking about. Do you know? Wait.
Your time is up. So
I know. I'm just answering you. The oral that we are talking about. Do you know how many cases they said they found? More than 1,000 cases. They mentioned this country. Okay. So the issue is it only Kenuforiata? Even those the cases in Ghana and those who are here. Ask yourself, have they been able to even find any sort of evidence?
Okay.
They're just making claims.
All right, that's fair.
They're all allegations and nothing. So even if you can't deal those who are in Ghana, and then you are not thinking about the person outside, then it's like you yourself don't have any case.
All right, thank you, Ken. Ivan.
Mr. Murray.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so whatever Mr. Fagbande said, he's not speaking his mind. He's speaking for the over 6 million, 7 million people who voted for the National Democratic Congress and believed in His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. He's speaking the mind of them. Whatever Mr. Fagbande have said, it is not his personal statement, but he is voicing, he is echoing the general views of the public, the sentiments down there. Whatever that Ken just said, he is also subscribing, or he is in agreement to what Mr. Fagbande have said. He simply means Mr. Kisi Ejaben should be up and doing. Whatever Ken said is just a proof that Mr. Kisi Ejaben is sleeping on his job. It is high time Mr. Kisi Ejaben should take the bull by its horns. We are sick and tired of his lamentation. We are sick and tired of what Mr. Kisi Ejaben is saying. The reports that he has published. When you go to the OSP website, the cases which are there, the cases which are closed, the cases that so blah blah blah. We are sick and tired of them. We are looking for actions.
Okay.
That is what Mr. Fagbande is saying.
Okay.
Listen, Mr. Omari.
Yes, sir.
We are in this country. The three of us in this room, we have agreed to the fact that every major scandal that hit the past administration, the elsewhere administration, the architect behind such scandal is Mr. Kenuforiata. Let's make mention of the National Cathedral scandal. Mr. Kenuforiata is the one who did all the groundwork. Mr. Kenuforiata is the one who facilitated everything and made all those payments.
Okay.
Let's talk about the PDS scandal that hit the past administration. Who is the mastermind behind it? Let's talk about the purchase of ambulance, which became a fiasco. Who is the mastermind behind? Who is the brain behind it? Listen, when we talk about every scandal that hit the past administration, the engine behind it is Mr. Kenuforiata. So if this is what is against you, then I think it is a good cause for you to come and justify yourself. This I know nothing about it. This I have no knowledge about it. And by so doing, if truly the OSP sees that you have nothing, they have nothing against you, they will let you go. Like what the petition that they petitioned the OSP about the Airbus scandal. His Excellency John Dramani Mahama subjected himself to investigation. He was investigated by the OSP in this country. Not a single person came to his defense. He said, yes, my name has been mentioned. I am ready to face the OSP. The OSP, he went to him, the OSP came to him. and they did everything that they have to do. They went outside to do all their investigations in addition, and now they brought a report which exonerated His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. If the president, the current president, has subjected himself to such questioning by the OSP, who is Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta to say he is not appearing before the OSP? It is baffling that you have been written to, you have been, and you yourself have given timelines that you will be appearing. No one coerced him. He said, I would come to you. Okay. He gave the timelines. He flouted it in the first instance. The OSP did not lose guard. He said, okay, I will give you extra months. He did that. Now when the OSP realized that he is not showing up, that was when he issued the red alert. Okay. Immediately the red alert was issued. Then he said, oh no, I am here. Give me extra 3 months. I'll come to you. Is it not Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta who was begging the OSP to take him off the red alert? He did all these things. So now what is his basis for not appearing before the OSP? Okay. And me, I support Mr. Mustafa Bande 100%. If the OSP believe that he can't bring finality to this situation, this issue, he should resign. Okay. Listen, I am here and I am very angry. Do you know why I'm angry? Because I don't believe in any of the past president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Any of his appointees, I don't believe in them. So I don't believe in whatever the OSP is currently doing. Okay. I think it's a charade. We are in this country. Is it not? Did we not hear publications that Mr. Gabi Asare-Okyere lobbied for Mr. Kisiye Jabin to get the OSP position? Did we not hear all this news? So was he brought to come and do cover-up for the past appointees? What finality has he been able to bring to all the allegation that has been leveled against the past administration? Okay. He is moving like a tortoise. And please, Mr. Kisiye Jabin, we are begging you. The monies of Ghana, the finances of Ghana are in people's pocket, are in people's bank account, are lying in people's room like the ones that was in Madame Cecilia Dape's room. We are begging of you, please retrieve our monies for us. Okay. Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta needs to appear before you, and whatever that it takes for him to appear before you, go to all those extent, those length, and let him appear before you. We are in this country where the FBI said there are people on their radar, and by so doing, they are coming. They have come after them. They came and arrest those people. They were placed on their red alert. They came. They arrested those people, and they have taken them back. Okay. What is Mr. Kisiye Jabin and the Interpol doing? Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, the last time I heard, was moved from the US to UK. Okay. So if he can travel from US to UK and he is not at flight risk, what is preventing him from flying to Ghana? Okay. For just probably a 6 hour, even 6 hour, it's more interrogation. Please, we are begging them. Okay. We are. It seems we are not angry enough with this OSP. It seems we are not angry enough. Whatever that it takes for him to bring Mr. Ken Ofori-Atta, he should do that. Okay. And we are begging every appointee of His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, who in one way or the other has been said that is involved in any corruption, any corrupt and corruption allegation or any scandal, we are begging the OSP. If he thinks he can't do such duties, he shouldn't touch those things. He should allow the minister for the attorney general and minister for justice to take charge. And
please, your time is up, so can you wrap it up?
And I am pleading with the AG. The OSP is under him. If he sees what the OSP is doing is not right, he has the right to take such cases from him and prosecute such people. Everyone who is culpable, must face the law, and they should be prosecuted to the latter.
Thank you, the gentleman. Moving on to the next topic for discussion. Our most delicate issue as a country that we are fighting is the Galamsey. And there were cries and calls for state of emergency. Under the previous administration, people were calling for state of emergency. Even the current administration previously was calling for a state of emergency. And so, fast forward, they assumed power. People were reminding them that you called for state of emergency whilst in opposition. Now you are in power. We want the same thing to be done under your tenure. And yes, now the government in power has responded the state of emergency with declaring this environmental reserves, which are our water bodies and our forests and our lands, as security zones. Do you think this response to our calls for state of emergency is actually a good response to the menace, to the height of menace we are facing now as a country?
Okay, so please, how many minutes are you giving me so that I'll work around my time?
Okay, so you are ending exactly at 9:40.
40.
Yeah.
So that means 9 minutes. Oh, your time is different from mine. Okay.
Yeah,
so,
mine is different from
okay, good. So, Mary, I'm using just 1 minute of my time to, talk about one or two issues that my colleague mentioned.
Okay.
Yeah, I will start with the last one that you mentioned. You said that you don't believe any appointment of the elsewhere government. You see, you are actually telling the whole world the reason why you remove the former CJ from office. Chief Justice Tokunu. Yes, and this one, I think this is not the first time. Your party even said it before they came to power. But when we are building a country whereby you think that even independent institutions, you can just come to power and then remove everybody because you thought that these people or these individuals were appointed by the elsewhere government. Don't worry. You see, you need to know. I always say something, and I remember in 2019, 2018, thereabout, my member of parliament, the former member of parliament, told me something I have never forgotten in my life, and I will never forget in my life. He told me that, he said, Ken, you see, being in power and being in opposition is closer to you than the shirt that you wear. When he mentioned this at the first, I didn't understand it. I didn't get it well. But as time goes on, that's where I realized, even after the 2020 election, when we lost a number of seats to our parliament, that's why I said, yes, it is true. Because you'll be in power today, within 30 minutes, they'll just vote, counting, then you are no more in power. Therefore, every decision that you take, every action that you take, you should know that you are laying down a certain legacy that will become a point of reference that we all use. So if you said that, no problem. But at times, it's kind of mind-boggling and it's saddening my heart when someone who does not have any moral right to talk about certain issue, but a person will make the same claim. For example, Ivan here speaking for his party, talking about corruption under our governance. You think we've forgotten? Even though your president said we Ghanaians we have short memory. Let me tell you, some of us, we are not suffering for dementia. No, we are suffering from that. We remember everything that happened under the regime. Though I don't like policy of equalization and other aspect, because when we do that, we put aside the tangible issue. But for the sake of our listeners and for the purpose of Gen Zs who are not familiar with what I'm going to say, when we talk about corruption in this country, NDC has no moral right to talk about. We were in this country. You remember Sada? Look at what happened in this country. Wyoming. You remember all these things in this country, and then you are here today talking about corruption and our governors, to the extent that Kanazure, a whole president, were alleged receiving a bribe of vehicle from someone, and then you are telling here saying that we involve ourselves in corruption.
But
you see, these are things that I don't want to go there.
That issue was sent to court, right?
And then
was the president prosecuted or
so you see, these are issues that I'm talking about.
Kennedy was the president.
Let me flow and then when I'm you see, when I'm on the accelerator, you have to let me flow. I hope you understand. So when I land, I want to understand. Yeah, so please. Yeah. So these are things that happen in this country. Airbus cannot come to this country. So at times, don't come and talk as if you are saint in this country. Though I don't encourage corruption. That's why I said in my issue that if you know that you have any particular evidence against someone, make sure you prosecute the person, send the person to court, and then if the court says that this bring or ban, take it and then give it to the state. But so far we don't have any sort of evidence. Then
done 5 minutes without attending.
I hope you understand. So to the question that you asked, the best thing that I'm expecting from Ivan today is that when it's his turn, he should kneel down here, make sure your producer put the camera on him. He should beg the entire country on behalf of his president, on behalf of his party, and on behalf of himself, that they have disappointed the people of this country. Why am I saying so? When these people were in opposition about this Galamsey manners, look at the number of words, the number of allegations that they spoke concerning this particular matter. Today, I don't even know that he has the confidence to come and sit here to talk about these particular topics. When I saw the topic of Galamsey, I thought today he wouldn't have come here. Serious, because it is so simple. What these people said in opposition, and you have the confidence to come and sit here. In fact, last week, now I've made a comment about this conversation. I'm even tired. To the extent that now look at the level of turbidity level of our water bodies.
It has increased from last week.
It is increasing
last week. You gave us a figure,
and I was surprised.
Today,
it is
a new figure.
Every week you see the turbidity level increasing, and these are things that you guys need to solve.
Give us the
we gave you power that come and solve the issue. Now you are coming, making complaint, lamentation, and then today this, tomorrow that, and this is not the reason why Ghanaians voted for you. Solve the issue. Now, if you look at when we came in last week, it was just about closing down the plant at this region, central region. But now, you are aware, the current research that has been done indicate that now because of this Galamsey, our food now become a poison for us. And I watched it this week and I was so shocked to understand that then that means that everybody is at risk at the moment as we are talking about. Now, my issue is when we were moving from village to village, mining communities, telling them that you guys should stop Galamsey. These people were, when we move from there, they will go to the same place, tell them, master, don't mind them, go and mine. That's what they were doing. And you all know these things. Now, to the extent that our food, our water, look at how sweet contomere is, how delicious it is. Contomere and plantain. Now, contomere. Because I'm afraid my life will be at risk if I eat contomere at the moment. Now, tomatoes, the natural one, it's now become a dangerous to our life. All because when you guys have come that you have to solve the problem, you are not solving the problem. Okay. And you have even increased the challenge. I mean the dangers of Galamsey to us. So please.
So Ken, now that your time is up, so let me ask you this: do you think the declaration of this as security zones is a better option than declaring a state of emergency?
When we came if you look at the steps and the measures that we took concerning this, we did the same thing. The security zone I is talking about, we came, we did what I call red zone. Okay. The red zone was that place was a no-go area.
So you think this thing is not going to solve anything?
It can't solve anything. Okay. The only thing that can solve is to issue a state of emergency. Okay. Now, and we are not, every decision that they bring, we are not going to accept it. Okay. They should implement state of emergency to solve the issue. Okay. Because when that one is done, everybody know that now my life is at risk. Okay. By red zone or what's the name, security zone or whatever zone, all the zones will not work because we have already done that.
Okay, all right, thank you. Ivan.
Mr. Murray.
Yes, sir.
So let me emphatically state that the NDC is not against proper mining. NDC, the current administration, is never against proper mining. There is no community where or there is no institution, mining firm, who is doing proper mining. No individual who is having concession and is following the proper ways of mining and has been gone after. What the NDC it's against is mining in our forest reserve, mining in river bodies, and mining and channeling the water into our river bodies. That is what the NDC is against. And anyone who has been gone after are persons who are into such activities. We are in this country where for decades we have preserved our forest, but by a legislative instrument, someone issued a fiat and people started mining someone started mining or people started mining in our forest reserve. Now the government, or when NDC came to power, we saw that there are things that needs to be done. That is where the NDC laid the LI 2501 for the amendment of the LI 2462, and by just that LI, it prohibited every individual to mine in the forest reserve. People deliberately or intentionally went to the forest once again to mine. So that is the reason why this particular order has come, that our forest reserve is now a security zone.
Okay.
We should have this at the back of our mind. And as we are currently speaking, if you are found in our forest reserve, you have flouted our rules, you have flouted our laws, and we can prosecute you. If you have no business in the forest, you have no right to go there. You have no right to take an excavator into the forest. As we are speaking, let's ask ourselves, did the NDC just stood up to declare the forest as a security zone? No. We knew that we should put proper mechanisms and proper things in place so that by the time the place is declared as a security zone, there are measures, there are people on guard. That is where, one, the blue water guards were constituted. These people were trained so that they move along our water bodies.
Okay.
And you know, our water bodies take its source from the forest. So these people are to man the place and to be whistleblowers. It is because of their actions that is why the NEMO was established. And now these people have been permanently placed at our forest buffers, our forest zones, that they should guard there. Let's ask ourselves, if these people move into that place, would they be able to protect that place? And absolutely yes. Are we not in this country whereby even before it was declared declared as a forest as a security zone.
Yeah.
The Abraham crime enclave, where people there was a community of its own in a forest. We had an NDC administration going to that place to dismantle the place and making sure that that place is grounded.
Okay.
There are no people, there are no community in the forest. We are in this country whereby proper legislations are being put in place. And let me put this on the record. When the parliament sits once again in the third sitting of parliament, there is going to be an ally to totally repeal the legislative instrument, the LI 2462.
Yeah.
Though it has been amended to 2501, whereby it have given cessation for operating in the forest reserve, it needs to be absolutely repealed. And the NDC government is totally bent on doing that. Listen, it's a asempa. Let me end on this note. We are in this country, the government have put proper mechanism in place. If you want to do proper mining, there are proper channels to go through. Just follow through. But let me beg our chiefs, whatever mining that will take place in this country, if a chief does not allow it, it doesn't happen. Our chiefs should be the backbone of stopping galamsey or improper mining in our forest reserve and in places where they are not authorized to do that. When the concession is given, the concession is granted, MPA gives approval, Land Commission gives approval, everyone gives their approval, and the chief says, I won't allow this to happen because this particular place, it's a reserve for all of us. No matter what you do, you won't be able to mine in such an area. Let me give you a place around Begro Enclave. There is one chief over there, I've forgotten his name. You can mine around every particular place. But when you get to that particular, there is a particular portion of the town. He tells you this particular portion, it is reserved. You can't mine in and around this place. And it has been so till now. So what again can't we do as a nation? Our chiefs can help us in this state. The government has put place in that has put mechanisms in check. Unlike the previous administration, whereby they were on the bent of destroying our environment, whereby they said party Hieska, so party Hieska, Charles Bisu, John Buedu, Protozwa, chief of staff, and her children were bent on destroying our environment. Now, do you know, everyone who does this is an environmental terrorist. And every terrorist need not to be treated with kiss glove. The military is there to make sure that they ground everyone who terrorize our forest reserve, people who are bent on destroying our water bodies. And I agree with him. I agree with them. Whatever the minister said to those people, I agree. These people, when they do that, they are jeopardizing the future of our nation. Now, Ken made mention that there is a report which says that our food stuffs have been. But let me tell him that research has been in existence. Please, when you were speaking, I was here. Joy News report stated in 2022 that the level of mercury in our water bodies, the level of cyanide in our water bodies, it's at a point that it is affecting newborn and pregnant and women and unborn children. We were in this country whereby in one of the communities around Western region, a pregnant woman went to give birth. Yes, and had an abnormality. A child with a fetus with 6 fingers. With
you have 1 minute left.
I am wrapping up with 6 limbs, and the legs also were the toes were 6 in number. Some had conditions because of all these things. So we shouldn't be playing politics around this. The report has been there since, but the current administration can attest to it, or we can all attest to it, that the current administration has done very well. Just last week.
Your time.
Yes, 1 minute. Let me wrap up. Just last week, this presenter at Class FM, Yatiti, on her way from Nzima, from Axim, stopped at a location and he showed the current state of our water body. I don't know if you have had a watch of that particular video, and we can attest to it. Before and now, the water is becoming clearer by day, clearer by night, and we will encourage every person that we should all help in working so hard so that we get a clearer water, and the level of debt that is in our water bodies will be a thing of the past.
All right. Mr. Politics, to be frank, if you don't take care about politics,
Ken,
it's going to be my next time.
I invite you. You come in.
Sure. Okay, I understand.
Do you know, Mr. Mari, next week let him host the show so that
I need some days.
No problem. So maybe I'll come maybe Thursday and Friday for you.
I will be very happy. We only have just about 10 minutes to go.
Yeah.
So the next topic, we are only doing 3 minutes on it. There's not any. Not so long ago, we saw the U.S. put some restrictions on our visa as a country. There were restrictions based on some few abnormalities and irregularities on our conduct when we come there. And right after the speech of the president at the UN General Assembly, we got an update from the Foreign Affairs Minister that our restrictions has been lifted. I don't know if it will extend to other African countries, but Ghana was the first or has been the first to get theirs lifted. The NPP spoke hugely against this action when the US put a ban on us. So now that it's been lifted, what does the NPP say about it?
Yeah, so let me just use 1 minute for this. Is it? Mr. Mari?
Exactly at 9:53.
Mr. Mari, you see, at times, if I see a very vibrant youth, and it's a country that we are all building, and then you are coming here, sit here and lie to your listeners. To be frank, it's like you are playing with our intelligence. For you to come and tell us that now the water bodies are becoming cleaner every day, upon all what is happening on the field, why are you doing that? So to be frank, we are all Christians here, but therefore you have to be very careful about certain words that you use. Why are you saying, hey, looking at the temperature level and saying it's becoming cleaner? The issue is NDC is a joke when it comes to dealing with Galamsey. You want to deal with the issue of Galamsey and you deployed blue water gas for what? Even military that even went to the field couldn't even fought Galamsey, and now you are saying blue water guard. And not forget, now you, Mr. Mari, please, you have to listen to me.
I'm listening.
You have to watch me as well. So the issue is, yes, I'm trying to tell you that you have declared a security zone, and then you have, blue water gas. So now, what is the work of the blue water gas? Or is it just a job for the our party foot soldiers?
Okay.
Because now it's now become useless. What we want to hear is that they have to destroy that water guard or whatever. There's no needs about that.
Okay.
But when you come and sit here and talk, you are not even ashamed to even mention about Article 2462. You are not even ashamed of that. Because what did you say in opposition? But when it came, you are not doing that. Let me put that one aside. The issue that you just mentioned, to be frank, I think the US embark on that action around June thereabout, also, if my mind calls set right. And then later on, I think just this week, we heard the news that basically the restriction has been
lifted.
Have
40 seconds left.
Yeah, so restriction has been lifted. I think it's a good cause.
Okay.
No matter who is in government or who is in addition, you cause your own mess and you've corrected it.
Okay.
So no problem. Okay. That one is good. Maybe probably I might even go and read my PhD outside. So it will even favor me, yourself, and then Ivan as well.
Sure.
But the issue is, what we are also saying that, you see, in international politics, there is what we call diplomacy. And when diplomacy happens, doesn't happen out of vacuum. The question is, what did we get in exchange of what we have experienced at the moment?
Okay.
That's why it gives a room that when these people were they deported people into our country, we were complaining. So probably was it that agreement that went behind the scene that we didn't know?
All right.
I hope you understand.
Okay.
So these are the clarity that we want to hear. That what do you get in exchange of what happened?
Okay.
But after all, I would say it's a good cause and it's a good for us.
All right. Thank
so
you.
on this particular reversal, the business community are very happy with the reversal, because if you're a businessman and you travel in and out of America, the US, on daily basis or something, and a 3-month visa has been issued, which you have to always continue going to the embassy. It was becoming one stressful thing. But we thank the honorable minister and the president. I think the president's speech at the UN General Assembly, he made it clear that whatever it is, it shouldn't be like this. And I think that might be one of the reasons why the reversal has taken place. And one thing they should also be aware. Let me use this opportunity to advise some of our people who get the visas and go to listen. One reason why they ban us, or they put that restrictions on us, is when we go there we overstay our welcome.
Okay.
So please, we are begging them, when they go and they work their way out, sometimes they should come back, reapply, and when you have good records, when you come, they will be granted the visa. So we are begging them, they should do the needful. Our students, when they get the visa and they say they are going to school, we are begging them, they should go to school.
Okay.
They shouldn't get there and run. From the look of things, Asken want to go and pursue his PhD outside.
I didn't say that though.
I am praying that when he gets the visa and then he goes there, he won't run like some of his colleagues who have gone there and after their education, they should come back and help the country. Then they start running around. We are begging that they should also do the needful.
Okay.
And I think by this keeps on strengthening our ties between the US and the Ghana, because it gives us room to understand each other and work in tandem for the progress of the continent. But kudos to the Foreign Affairs Minister and His Excellency John Dramani Mahama. This is a clear sign that Abba and Papa.
All right, thank you. Gentlemen, I think this is where we'll be holding the short on the show. But before we leave, your last word.
My last word. Okay, so let me say thank you so much for always giving us this opportunity. But do you know what happened this week? Have you heard it? The war that is coming in the NDC. We will have to employ the military, the battalions, the air force that can solve the internal war that is generating in the NDC.
Okay.
Right now, their chairman, my own uncle, because we are all from the same enclave, he's saying that, Masa, no matter what, and then Aruna Dusu also has come, as well as Julius Debra is there. But what is coming, they are trying to cover up things are happening between them. But we are all in this country. Let's see and watch what happens in this country.
All right, thank you there, Ken. Ivan, your last words.
Okay, so Mr. Murray, my last word is let me thank you once again and thank our listeners and our viewers for always staying glued to their set and helping us in whatever that whenever we come here, they always pay attention and listen to us. But to wrap up, there is this particular group of people who have come together. There some young NDC communicators have come together, and they want to come together under one umbrella so that they seek for direction, mentorship, and a little bit of assistance from the senior colleagues in the party. So I think it will be a good cause for us to invite other comrades, other colleagues who are into communication, who have that expertise and want to speak on behalf of the party. And our brother Ayamba, Gordon Ayamba, is the one who is leading the front. So I would wish to put his number out. Whoever that may be interested should also contact him. Then he would find they will put things in together. And so his number is 0268 611 557. 0268 611 557. We should whoever is interested should contact him, and he would add you to the platform, and we see the direction forward. Then let me use this opportunity. I am just wrapping up. I use this let me use this opportunity to say thank you to Ghanaians for the trust for their level of trust in the current administration. We are pleading that when they support the government as they are supporting the government now, in no meantime things will change for the better and everything will put in place, because look at how things have normalized, how money is coming to our pocket, how inflation is reducing. We are hopeful that in the next few months, by the close of this year, when government meet his budget, next year, Abba Papa Betches Abba Mubia.
We make 10 seconds. Omoa omunya kwenye tu kwanko abrocheno. Omunya kwenye tu kwanko abrocheno. Mesromo. So mko duro kono mudi adura omo so omo. Because they see ni nyina eye sebi omo moko wo kodura aduru mpo a won so no ho. Ni mu pepi no ma che omo che omo a ene ma restriction na den e ba ye.
Alright, so thank you, gentlemen. Thank you to our listeners and viewers for making the time with us on the show. But that's why we'll call the curtains on the show. We'll be coming your way same time tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of your day.